This is our story, the one where we will not accept defeat. This is our story. Rebellious destroys our years. Rise and ship of the world, and open
Love that intro. Just love it. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Splinterlands TV. It is I, the Psy, your host here on a beautiful Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as I have been for probably the past 2 years or so since starting my own channel and then on with Splinterlands TV. How's it going to Fizz and Walk the Grid? Nice to see you guys in the channel. Are you guys pumped? How are those rebellion packs treating you? We turn on a little music here that we have. Ooh, let's turn it down a little bit. There we go. Hopefully you guys have gotten lucky with some packs. Hopefully you guys are pumped for this set. I know I am. One of the things that I love the new mechanics. I love the new weapons training. I think that's going to be huge in the meta. I've been using it myself with formerly my most hated guy, Aves. And Aves plus, like, he's just so good. All the weapons trainers are. You have to buy one too? Yeah, buddy. So yeah, here we are in the new era. And I hope you guys are loving it. You've been playing. There's no more Jotun. There's no more Kitty. There's no more Mylor. There's no more Lorna Shine. There's no more Almo Cambio. They're done. They're gone. It's a whole new world. A whole new world. A new fantastic point of view. I always end up singing that whenever I say a whole new world. I'm not a rebel either because I bought all mine through the YGG pack sale. So I didn't get a rebel title, but we did end up getting whatever the maximum title is, because obviously y'all know YGG #1, right? We got the naming rights for the #1 card. I wonder what happens if I slide over here. Hey, look, I'm centered. Hey, everyone. But yeah, super exciting things. I'm very grateful. I got to be part of, I don't know if you guys were able to watch or not, but I got to be part of that Rebellion launch party that they had. I got to be on air with Bulldog, Aftersound, Kraken Jr., BBC, I think it was Bun Bags and Caps, all the name brands there. Walking Keys, I think, was there. And obviously some members of the team. Nate was there, Rondon was there. It was a really good time. You guys might have also noticed that right here, you see who was the tournament champ? That was your guy, the Psy, right here. Tournament champ. Took down Kraken in 3 in the very last round. I started off, it was so funny. I started off with a bye, and originally I said, hey, looks like I'm ready to go 0-X, because I never got to even use any of these Rebellion cards before the actual tournament. I mean, I knew what the cards did. I studied the list. I knew the cards existed, but I never actually got to play it or anything like that, right? This one loss, I think, only came from the fact that that during the launch party on the Mav test server, the cards with summoner tactics didn't work quite right. So it was pretty much an auto loss. You didn't get to use any of the abilities, so you basically just chose someone and didn't get anything. But 5-1, took out Kraken Jr. in 3 in the very finals. Really good time. And Kraken Jr., if you do show up today, I'm looking for a rematch with you, man. I'll make sure that you get some challenge in with me. We'll even do a best 2 out of 3 if that's what you'd like. So challenge is out for Kraken Jr. If you're watching this later on, come join me on a Thursday, 9 p.m. EST, buddy. We'll duke it out. You can have your chance at revenge. But yeah, your guy the side took it down against big names like Bulldog was on here and everything. I thought he was going to win it all because he'd been practicing so much on Mavs. When you bring it to real life and you gotta face your guy the side, you know what happens. So I was pretty happy with that. Ank12C, nice to see you here. Bam. So obviously I want to spend some time talking about Rebellion. I want to spend some time talking about one of the new proposals, in particular one that I submitted and had a lot of positive feedback, something in regards to League Lock, maybe talking a little bit about that, seeing how we can make it work. It was one of Weirdbeard's things that he said he was going to do while he was here. I I mean, it never really came to fruition. We didn't get to know too much about it, aside from the fact that he wanted you to be in one league for the entire time. And I've kind of taken that a step further, allowing you to choose what league that you'd want to be in. And I don't know what requirements we're going to put on it, but there was some logic that was presented as to needing a minimum set of requirements to be able to get into the league. But as long as maybe you meet these requirements, whatever those may be, that you should be able to play in the league of your choice. So we'll talk about that. I do want to open some packs live on stream with you guys as well. I bought 600 packs, and my kids and I, we've already opened almost 200 of them. But just Rebellion is so hot right now, man. It's so hot. I just got to keep opening them, right? And I like to do them a little bit slower here. I like to do them, well, I guess it's faster. I like to do them like 2 at a time, for instance. Always in the hopes here that I pull something good. I think I'll like pull packs just to start things off and get us all flowing in here and everything like that. I might just do packs until I hit a legendary or something like that. When I hit a legendary, I'll stop opening. Let's just start the show with getting a legendary out of Rebellion. I think that would be kind of cool. I've opened so far 1 gold foil legendary, so obviously I'm not disappointed with under 200 packs and getting a GFL. But in the meantime, though, let's go ahead and let's open packs until we get one in. Yep, 600, man. And it was good because it was in the YGG group buy, right? And I did get burned. It's good because, oh, there we go already. Pack 3, we got one. So, I mean, I got burned in my last group buy, right? So it feels good to have gotten into a group buy with reliable people, and also that it only mattered for like this first time, right? With previous group buys, if you got in with them, you'd be reliant on them for every single airdrop that came out in the future, right? Because your packs are all purchased through them. Then they have to go and divide those packs up based on the percentage of packs that you bought and the number of like reward cards that came out. And now, aside from this first one with Mantaroth and Grimbard Smith, it's up. The onus is on us to fill those battle wagons, which, let me make a note. Let's also check those out. I haven't even checked them out yet. I should have probably done a little bit of research, but maybe we can kind of figure it out together and see what's up. All right, here we go. Legendary. Will it be a GFL right here within the first like couple minutes of the stream? Come on, buddy. Nalagainik. Awesome. I actually just bought this guy up to a 6-star. So I guess I'll just keep working him until he has stun. Like I feel like the stun is going to be a valuable ability for him. I don't know if it'll be $50 valuable or $40 valuable, but I think that it could very well be, because this guy is like beast mode in Magic only. Let's go. Let's actually take a look at him. I might also just take some time and like literally go through the cards as well and let you know which ones I'm looking to kind of pick up. But look at this guy at level 3. So right now we all know that what ends up happening here, okay, is that if Immortalis is available, you just choose Immortalis, right? I mean, there's no real other option that you can choose in Wands Out, right, which is Magic only, other than Immortalis, because he's just the best, and you get Goblin Psychic, and like everything just flows so nicely, right? I suppose that now what you could do, if Immortalis isn't available, or maybe even if he is, Nalagainik here, Gainik, or whatever, he's so good in Wands Out at least a 3-star capability. Not only does he have Void, but he's also got Silence, and he's got a nice fat body on him. Like, he's got 9 hit points. And you guys all know that when it's like one of those matches, and it's Wands Out, that everyone is using Silence, or everyone's got Void, and I mean, these 9 hit points are going to go down real slowly, because you're only hitting for like 2 max, and that 2 becomes 1, and 1's becomes 0. And if you can manage to get like a few heals off on him before he gets afflicted, because obviously you're going to face Dr. Blight in those every single time. Dr. Blight is one of the primary damage dealers in Wands Out, not because of his magic, but because of his poison, right? Because everyone's got Void and everything like that, right? But the poison is super useful, and obviously you need Afflict to stop Goblin Psychic from doing the healing as well. So I'm a big fan of Nalagainik here. I brought him already up to 3-star. Oh, why am I looking at him in gold? Not that big a high roller. Here we go. So I brought him up to 3-star already for myself. I did pay more than 733, but I mean, that's the way that she goes sometimes, right? Like my biggest bust, you guys might have noticed, I was talking up Mantaroth so hardcore in chat. I was like, there's no way that I'm gonna risk not getting my Mantaroth, and turns out I could have waited a little bit. and gotten them much cheaper. But again, you never know which way that the winds will swing, right? You don't, or that the winds will blow. I didn't want to take the chance of him being like $40 a BCX because it didn't strike when the iron was hot, when everyone was like opening their airdrops immediately and listing them on the market. So my average DCA on them, I ended up getting 6 of them obviously through the airdrop because I bought 600 packs, right? So I need to buy 5 more, and it was 23, 23, 25, 30, 35 is what I ended up paying. So obviously I was over by like what, $10 or something like that once you take off 4 for the 23s, and then you add a little bit for a 30 here and a 35 there, right? But I mean, they're still 26.64, so I don't think I did that bad overall. But obviously there was a point in time when I could have gotten them for 25 each if I would have entered the bids. But I did get 2 at 23. I mean, I'm not unhappy. And I will tell you this right now, Mantaroth is a house, guys. If you're not playing Mantaroth, you're losing to Mantaroth. He's just so good. He's just so good. Yeah, I was hoping it would be a GFL, but doesn't always work out that way. Suffice to say, Mantaroth, he lives up to all the expectations that I had for him. I'm actually already right now, well, I don't want to say already, but like, let me take a look here. Like, if you take a look at my win record here, it's definitely gone up substantially since I've started putting Mantaroth, and I think this is the only Mantaroth loss that I took. Oh, I guess there's 2 losses there with Mantaroth, but you can see I'm just jamming Mantaroth into everything. He's just that good. He's just that good. So yeah, so we got a few things that we're going to do today here then. We're going to go ahead, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my buy-sell strategy for Rebellion, some of the best Rebellion cards. Like I said, we'll open some packs. I've got another Lord of the Rings Collector's Booster Pack for us to open. And don't forget, guys, this might be like my 5th week in a row of busting on like $40 a pack, basically, right? Every other time that I open this, like, I almost like want to stop buying them, but I can't stop buying them, because it's kind of my thing that I do. Because I would rather be buying Rebellion packs, which actually have good value, are holding value. Like, some commons are worth 25 cents each, right? Meanwhile, I open this and it's like bust after bust. So, and these are $46 Canadian a piece. So for that $46, oh, someone's fighting my unit. I'd be able to get a lot. Let's watch. So I'm 5-0 right now in Brawl. Get a little bit of volume going on here. Oh, it's because I muted this. All right. There we go. I'm 5-0 in Brawl right now. That doesn't really mean anything, but we'll see how things go here. So we're all using lots of range, but look at this. So I've got Reflect. Let's hope that this guy, Hugo, just does a lot of reflecting for me, and that's how I'm going to just win the whole match. But it is Thorns as well, so I am relying on lots of heal, and he has no Afflict. So I'm feeling pretty good about this one, to be honest with you. I'm feeling pretty good. Hugo's just going to heal the whole time. He'll do a little bit of beatdown. I don't think they can even do enough damage to hurt me here. Yeah, I don't think that I can actually lose this one, just looking at the way that it works. So I'll take one, then I'll take 2 from my own damage there, and then I'm going to heal for like 3. So, plus I'll heal for more from here. So I don't think it's actually possible for me to lose this one. I went with, let's see, since there was no magic, I figured that there would probably be, and there's Thorns in play. I figured there'd probably be a lot of ranged, and looks like I was right. But yeah, Hugo's about to take everyone down right here. Hugo! And I threw in, I've got this 1-star Lens Master still that will now go into the pits of despair. I'll sell him for whatever I can. I'll take whatever I can get for him, basically. Because I really don't care about Untamed whatsoever. I've still got some Alpha and Beta and stuff like that as well. But I mean, those ones are a little bit better on land and stuff, which I am keeping sort of on top of. So we'll see how that one goes as well. But yeah, that was a little guild brawl battle there. Let's head over to the market quickly. Actually, you know what? Let's just open another pack quick while we're here. I have 401. Let's bring it to an even 400. And then I got 75 Chaos Legion. May as well do a little bit. See if we can get lucky and go double 2 each. Nope. Ooh, Nomos though. Okay. -2 magic or -1. I wish that they would have given it like at least 2 on the cleanse, so you could target 2 people instead of just 1. I don't know how much I'll use him, but he might be good in magic only if your only option is like fire or something like that, right? Then you put that new legendary guy in the front, you use Nomos, you take out the guys who can actually do that guy damage, and that's the end of it pretty much, right? A guy with Void using Nomos to reduce anyone who can hurt him. GG's. The only thing is, again, Dr. Blight and Poison. So you'd have to cleanse, but I don't think that there's a fire cleanse in... Is there a fire cleanser for wands out yet? Who knows? Who knows? You know what? I'm just so greedy for these packs. Let's just do 2. I'm just so greedy. I love Rebellion. And I don't have the cards yet, right? But I'll kind of tell you guys my strategy. Why I don't mind opening right now. Uh-oh. Ooh. So it's a double. It's got to be 2 rares in there. Right? 1, 2. It has to be. 2 of the same one. It's more Nomos. All right. It was a sign. It's a sign for me to open 2 more. Because I'm going to Nomos City here. There we go. But we'll be doing kind of our standard thing here today. Oh, there you go. I knew it. I knew it. Torch? Is it a Nomos? Recklaw. Even better. All right, here we go, guys. Another big moment. Wow, I'm so lucky today. I'll take it. I'll take it. As long as it's not that 5 magic guy who I can't even, like, sell for the life of me. I've been trying to get rid of him. I just can't do it. All right, here we go. Yes! I've got active bids even for Dark Dead Blast right now. He's going to be so hot when I put him at the end, and then you put, like, Chaos Agent behind him, and you put Murdali Guardian in front of him, and then he's dealing like 9 damage between those guys for only like 7 for only 11. You're dealing 9 damage spread out between 3 guys. He's beast mode, man. He's beast mode. Let me double check and make sure that I don't still have those on right now. So buy cards, my active bids. All right, so I've got some of those. Bid on this guy. Oh wow, I'm way down here, eh? People are willing to pay 13. Okay, I'm just gonna cancel that for now. I'm not sure what he's going for in the market at the moment, so let's find out and see if I want to do that kind of a bid. Mute this site again here, and let's go to market. Yeah, man, 2 lucky pulls, eh? Starting off the stream with style. So 85, there we go. So now I've got 4 for sale. Oh wow, they're up to 15. I should have bought when I had the chance. Should have bought when I had the chance. People are starting to recognize the power that is Dark Dead Blast. Jeez. All right, well, does he ever get any armor? He never gets armor, but he does go up to 8. You need to get him to 4-star, I think, because now that weapon training, it tells you that you can distribute up to 3 for each guy. Like, he'll max out at that, and like I said, he has the potential to deal 9 damage for like 11. That's a really good amount of damage for only 11, right? And since it's 3, it'll even get through Void and do 2/2/2. I'm happy with that. The triage isn't bad either, because if you put him second from last, then you've got Chaos Agent behind him, right? Let's imagine that there's Chaos Agent behind him. Now you're giving triage. You're triaging the Chaos Agent who's getting sneak attacked, right, by a Pellicor Bandit or something like that, because it's water. Why wouldn't you play Pellicor Bandit in a lot of matches, right? And he's got swiftness on him, make him harder to hit, giving you a higher probability of getting like backfire. Like, Dark Dead Blast, in my opinion, is one of the best cards in the set. Like, love that guy. But again, he's a legendary. He should be good, right? And here's some Rush. This is the GFL that I got, was Rush. And I managed to open 2 of these Arcanes. Obviously, I need to get that to 11. Because my combo, when I get this guy up to max level, is going to be, oh, look, I'll give Ambush to 2 guys, and it's Mantaroth and Chaos Titan, pretty much. Now I get the equivalent of, like, of 8 attacks, pretty much. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like getting 6 attacks at first. And you might be asking yourself, why do you call it 6 attacks before anyone gets to go? Let me go over here and find him. Where is he? So here's why I say it's 6 attacks. If you were to go and give Ambush to Carnage Titan as well as Mantaroth, right? So Carnage Titan is going to make 2 attacks, right? He's going to make 2, nice, juicy attacks because you got double strength, right? So 1, 2, and they're good ones, 4 apiece, right? Maybe even you buff them, you end up with 2 attacks that are 5 apiece, all right? So 1, 2 with Carnage Titan. But then once you go ahead here and you're looking at Rebellion and you're looking at Mantaroth, now you've got 3 from the shield attack, right? 4 because it blasts. Then you got 5 from the 3 attack, 6 because of the blast. Like, this guy is just so bestial, like literally and figuratively a beast. And that gives you 6 attacks using a cane with ambush, right? And if they don't have a lookout, those are 6 good attacks. We're not talking chump attacks. We're talking 6 solid, like minimum 3 with I guess you'd call it like 3 of them 4s and a couple 2s off the blasts. It's going to be a good combo. Liberty Guy, nice to see you in here, buddy. Yep, the family and I are doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Still struggling with my daughter sometimes, but she's challenging. She's the eldest, and she definitely wants to assert her authority over both her brothers and her parents. So that's what's happening there. Black Torch 09, nice to see you in the stream. So yeah, we're talking a little Chaos Legion right now, and I don't want to forget, last week I forgot about our cool little AI story that we were going to do as well. So that kind of sucks. Something else I forgot to do is with land. So I want to get this out of the way right now before I forget, because I need to stake some more land. You guys might have noticed that during the stream, the Rebellion like launch party that we had, during the stream, I was talking at Mantaroth so much, I put in for a few credits here and everything. Then I went and I burned some SPS to get more DEC. And then I actually went to my land and I even unstaked DEC from my lands in order to go ahead and get the money to buy Mantaroth right off the bat. And then it's funny, I waited like 24 hours before playing with them, but still, I didn't want to risk it. Like I said, one of the things I always like to look at is opportunity cost, right? So sure, I could play the market, I could try and wait for things to go lower and everything like that, but the opportunity cost of doing so is whatever amount of time passes between when other people are using Mantaroth and beating you with him and when you're not, right? And if using Mantaroth would have translated to more wins for me, then I mean, I'm the opportunity cost then of getting it cheaper was me taking more losses by not using Mantaroth, or maybe not getting as many wins, which is taking more losses by not having access to him right away. So that's why I paid a little bit more for him. I mean, I've still got big hopes for him going much higher, just because there's a very limited number of him. Some of you guys might have seen After Sound's video, when After Sound talked about the number of Mantaroths that were going to be in circulation when compared to the number of like Dr. Blights. And there's going to be less Mantaroth than Dr. Blight. He's more like Zerial level for the number that are printed. Very low print run on him. And I just want to go back again to market. I'm not going to forget about lands here, but I do want to go back to market here quickly. I want to see something. We go back to market and let's go to regular foils, not gold foils. All right. Look, so there's a lot that are here, but let's just say even one person wanted to go and make another max BCX Mantaroth. Okay, they're like, I've waited too long. Size beat me down with this Mantaroth like twice in a row now. I want to get him. So here we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's an 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 2 11s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So just 3 people alone bring the floor to 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we're basically getting to where it's like above the 35 that I paid, which is good. So we need like 4 people to buy into Mantaroth right now, and then he's going to be down here at the 37.98, assuming that more don't go on the market, which they will, right? They will, but at the same time, that's pretty low before we start hitting the 40s. And wow, look at that big jump from 40 to 44 to 48 to 50 to 68. There's actually not that many on the market. I thought that there was more. So holy smokes. All right, so that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's only enough for 6 max level Mantaroth even if you're willing to pay 250 a BCX. I think in reality we can really only call it 5, because I mean once it gets up here, no one's buying, like, I won't say no one's buying them, but I mean that's a pretty heavy cost, right? But you got 5 Mantarots and you're at 4050. So I'm not disappointed that I paid a little bit of a premium to get them in advance, just to not risk the 4050, right? Yeah, Ank. You have a max as well? Good, 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 good. Yes. Like I say, Mantarot is one of those cards that you've either got them or you lose to them. And I mean, my games have pretty much illustrated that. And I think I lost some Mantaroth games because I'm just trying to jam him too hard right now. But I mean, this guy he's really good. He's really good. And I don't see a lot of, I was like, maybe he won't be that good because there's going to be a lot of those cards that use, like, I forget what it's called, armor melt or something like that, armor destruction, armor decay, whatever it is. He'll like hit twice and then his armor will be completely gone. He can't even regenerate his armor or anything like that anymore. But no, haven't even run into a single time when I've been worried about his armor going to 0 and not being able to get repaired on its own. Plus dude's got like shield and everything. I mean, he's a good front rank tank. I could even see him going behind the hippopotamus guy with flank. And now you got Hippo in front, Mantaroth behind, doing the damage while Hippo gets beat up. And when I'm talking about Hippo, of course, I'm talking about this guy right here. Dun, 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 the Overseer, who I've obviously got to get up to, I would say, like, obviously I'd like to max this guy. I think that he's going to be pretty useful at max just because he does so much damage. But I would say I want to get him at least up to 8-star here. I'd feel comfortable using him at 8-star. And I think that until I'm able to get a lot more Rebellion, I'm going to be, like, chilling here in Diamond instead of moving up to Champ, right? Like, you can see I can move up to Champ right now if I wanted to, but I think that I'm going to lurk in Diamond right now because I don't want to just take a big hit to the RP that I earned by going in there with underleveled Chaos Legion cards, or sorry, underleveled Rebellion cards. And right now, I'm totally happy to just get a lot of my guys up to 3-star, like I was talking about with El Chumpovich here. What's his name again? Gonna have to start remembering their names. It's still too early. This guy right here. Like, for instance, with Nalogenic, I'm gonna get this guy up here and just probably keep him a 3-star for a while until I, through osmosis, through opening packs, end up getting him a little bit higher. He's at the point now when he's got that utility that I'm looking for, which is basically sit in the front rank and take damage and use your Void and your Silence and wands out. And he's neutral too. So we lost Elvish Mystic. Is it Elvish Mystic was his name? The guy who has Silence. We lost Elvish Mystic and gained Nalaragenic, who obviously a higher casting cost on him, but a nice fat body. So he doesn't have Afflict though, and Afflict is super important in any kind of the matchups when you're going against Immortalis, because you know that they're running Goblin Psychic, right? And you also know that they're probably going to be running Queen Mycelia, so they can triage their Slip Spawn who's in the back rank. Like, this is the kind of like the meta that I see in every match that I do. In fact, I've actually got a really good new meta that I'm kind of designing. Well, I shouldn't say a new meta, but some new cards I've been testing out that work really good in those mirror matches against Immortalis. I've been using the Suede Shaman. Like, where are you, Suede Shaman? Oh, what am I doing? Man, I'm killing you sometimes. Slowing everything down here. Suede Shaman, and the reason why is because there's two cards that are obviously that are the dominators in Wands Out when you have access to Immortalis. Okay, the first one is right here. The first one is what's going on? Format Modern. What happened to thing? What happened to my ability to choose a card set? I shrank it. All right, so the first one is right here. It's Runemancer Flora. Because since she has a magic ability on her, it's all about doing this ranged damage. Does it do 4? Ooh, I should level her up. But anyway, it's all about the ranged damage that you can get with Runemancer Flora, because that's what gets you through the Void, right? So I like to try and protect my Runemancer as hard as I can in order to just keep being able to do good, like, ranged damage, which isn't going to get any kind of, like, reduction on it, in contrast to the magic damage, which, as we all know, it's going to get silenced, and then you have void armor. You're lucky if this even does 1, but you can sneak her into Wands Out, right? So she is super, super powerful, and she is I'd say she's the biggest threat in Wands Out when you have access to Immortalis, right? She's the one who does all the work. Give me a holler if you believe with that. All right, don't give me the holler. It doesn't matter. I know that she is. I play in Champ. I play in Diamond. She's the biggest threat. Now, what I've lately been doing to try and counter Flores, you guys are gonna love this one. You guys are gonna love this. Is right here, Suede Shaman. So even though Suede Shaman's gonna go down to like 1 or something like that, he'll still hit for 3, right? Oh, all right. Hold on. Let me get a good one because I've got the good one. Cards. Go. All right. He's still gonna hit for 3, but the thing is, when he hits Flores, we got Giant Killer on her. So I had his attack reduced to 2, obviously because of Goblin Psychic, right? But then when he got his hit in on Flores, it still hit for 6. And when you're playing Wands Out against Immortalis, you just don't do 6 damage. But between Giant Killer and the recharge, he was able to hit for 6. And his ability to rust helped out a little bit too, because it allowed Flores's ranged attack to get in without having to worry about hitting armor. So even if they had like a little bit of armor, you know that basically Flores's first ranged attack is wasted on the armor, right? And then the second ranged attack, like next turn, will finally start doing damage. If they have armor repair or something like that, then I mean she's totally blanked in a lot of ways, right? But by using Rust, you're ensuring also that Flores is going to be able to get in and do her ranged damage. So again, when we're talking about the Immortalis meta of Wands Out, which is what it is basically, right? You can do Dragon, and you can put Void Dragon in front, then you can put that other guy in there too, the guy who we were just talking about that I've got 3-star. But I think Suede Shaman is actually, or Suede Shaman, I call him the Suede Shaman with my blue suede shoes. I think Suede Shaman is actually a really good ad for those kind of teams when you're trying to like basically kill their Flores and keep your Flores alive and doing damage. Between the Rust, between the Giant Killer, and actually being able to do damage because of the recharge. So those are my tips there for you guys. When you're into that kind of like a meta, and the meta is basically Wands Out, and you're just trying to do some damage, which is all but impossible against Immortalis, right? All right, so there's just a little meta talk since it just kind of happened to show up. Let's go ahead and let's just do land here quickly because I don't want to forget to collect it. Here we go. All right. So what do I do here again? Production. You can see my production is stunted on it, but it doesn't really matter. Like this is a full week. Last time I collected basically was when I was with you guys. All right. So you can see right here that I've only generated in 1 week 44 SPS. In a lot of ways, I'm not unhappy that I got rid of, that I unstaked some DEC from it. I almost wonder if that's DEC that I've got staked right now on land would just be better use me going into Rebellion cards or something like that. And just getting that competitive advantage of having these cards maybe maxed a little bit higher so I can actually use them, instead of just like generating 44 SPS a week, right? This is a week's worth. So what does that mean? So let me just take a look. So 44 divided by 7. I should be able to do this quick mental math, but that's like 6 SPS a day. I don't know, man. That's like 612. That's 18 cents a day. Let's just see what the overall would be. So if I do 0.18 times 365 equals, so that's $65 a year, pretty much, right? So how much more would I win? How much more SPS would I earn if instead I just unstaked that, took back all of this, all of the DEC I've staked on this land, put it into Rebellion cards, and just one more, you know? Opportunity cost, 44 SPS a week, or, you know, get more wins. All right, so let's go over here. Last harvested 2 days ago. That doesn't even make sense. Oh, maybe it... Oh, okay, all right. So I'm totally wrong. I'm earning way more than I thought I was. I guess some other people have unstaked or something like that. Because I guess 2 days ago, it triggered a harvest. When I took the DEC away, it must have also triggered a harvest. Because 0.886 SPS an hour, that's actually not bad. So 0.886 times 24 equals, ooh, all right. So 21.26 a day, that ain't bad. And multiply that by 365 equals 7,761 times 0.03 equals, all right, that's pretty juicy. That's $232 with SPS at 3 cents. That's a lot better. That's a lot better. I didn't realize that I triggered a collect here. I was hoping I'd have all these stats to show you, but again, I just wanted that Mantroth so bad. So let's go over here. I'm going to bring this to full. I'm going to give it back what it needed in order to be whole again. The 32 that I withdrew from it to get that last Mantaroth. And there we go. All right. And it looks like that SPS goes staked. So here we go. Now we'll hit cancel and we're good. So I'm back in the full for that. I've got my grain harvested, my regions harvested. And again, I've got that deal with Dragon going on. He transferred me some grain and stuff like that. And happy days for me. Let's take a look over here. There we go. Yeah, if anyone's looking for a plot in Yumbra, by the way, I have no intention of really using this one. So I'm kind of looking to sell it, but at the same time, I don't really want to sell land. But I got this one as our final goodbye from Splinterlands TV, so it does have a special place in my heart. But at the same time, I mean, it's basically dead to me right now. I don't want to put the like 80,000 SPS or whatever it has to be on him in order to gain a little bit more SPS, which will then be taxed on it when I try and transfer it out and everything. So I think I'm fine with getting rid of this Yumbra as part of my strategy. You're thinking the same at the moment? So you're thinking about getting out of land a little bit and just putting it more into rebellion cards? Or are you thinking that it's that you're going to keep it on an SPS mine there? Yeah, same. So, I mean, like I said, I really like getting the SPS, but even if this is at 80% and they just take 32,000 out or something like that to buy like a few more extra cards, I don't think that that's going to hurt me too bad, right? Okay. One new mention. Who's talking to me? Ask the Splinterlands. No suit to discuss, bro. I like it. I was talking about a couple weeks ago. The league jump using DC and vouchers. Half cost paid in DC, half paid in vouchers. Okay. All right. So we're going to be talking about this here. We may as well jump right into it, okay? Because I do want to go and talk about this proposal, all right? So I put it out there. I'm obviously going to up my own thing here. Eldon won. He doesn't like it. We butted head a few times about the tournament aspect of what a league lock would do and how that would look, right? Because Eldon one's a big tournament player. I'm a big just like ranked player. There's room for both, but there has to be a happy compromise when we're talking about a league lock, right? Like how many tournaments is enough tournaments for you to be able to enter based on every league, right? If they're going to have, say, Rebellion only tournaments, and they're going to have Modern tournaments, and they're going to have Wild tournaments, and then each one of those they're going to have again as a gold foil tournament or something like that. Maybe they might not have Rebellion as a gold foil tournament, who knows? But like that's 6 tournaments probably on rotation every 2 weeks or something like that. Is that enough tournaments to satisfy a league lock, right? Is 6 tournaments every 2 weeks, 3 a week? Is that enough tournaments? Some of you tournament players in the chat, let me know what you're thinking about that. Is 6 a week enough? Because if 6 a season. Because if 6 a season was enough, we could do league locks. We would have to get champion tournaments, right? Which is a whole new story. We'd have to get champion tournaments so that the people locked into champion would play in champ. People locked into diamond would play in diamond. People locked into gold, silver, bronze, etc. Right? So it'd add some more tournaments, but at the same time, it would allow us to do this. So let's read what Claiborne says. Actually, we don't need to read what Claiborne says. Here's my original proposal. I'll just read it word for word what I said here, okay? So this got 20 likes. It got 1 dislike. You can probably guess by who. So proposal. Implement a form of a league lock similar to what Weirdbeard was advocating for, and here's my take on it, but can be modified through discussion. So at the start of each season, you would select the league that you want to play in. I find this is very important, okay? I want to really expand on this part here. Because there's a lot of people when you go and you read, particularly in Tavern, right? Like, obviously, if you're in Mavericks, you've got all the cards. This isn't a concern for you. You're probably not dropping down leagues or anything like that at the end of every season, and you've got a good enough deck that if you want to play gold, you can play gold, and you want to play diamond, you can play diamond. This will impact more the new player experience, as well as those players who are maybe coming back from a big hiatus. Say you haven't played in a few months, you're off doing something else, like enjoying life, and now you want to play again, and now you're like, wow, I actually have to battle through bronze again in order to get back up to gold where I like to play, or diamond or something like that. These are the type of people that this would help. So it wouldn't necessarily be something that impacts Mavs so much, but from the NPE and from which is new player experience, and from the perspective of like I'd even say rentals and card sales and stuff like that, and SPS, this to me makes a lot of sense. All right, so at the start of each season, you select the league. Everyone starts at the bottom of that league and can only play in that league's leaderboard, as well as any tournaments made for that league. So this is also important because you know right now that if you finish in Diamond 1, you just get brought back down to like Diamond 2, and your rating is halfway in between. You know, you're not at the minimum rating to reach Diamond, but you're also not at like the maximum rating of Diamond before you're entering Champ. Let's just take a quick look at that, because I find that this part's important too. Because some of the issues that we've had with a lot of the leaderboard is that people will play for like the first day or three because they finished like top of the leaderboard. So they'll end like high, or I should say they'll start the next season already fairly high in that leaderboard, right? So they can play like just a couple matches right away, pound them out, get their leaderboard position, then switch from modern to wild or something like that, or not play at all if they didn't want to, in order to kind of preserve their spot in the leaderboard. So, oh yeah, let me go here again. What was I trying to do? Here, leagues, details. Okay. So let's say it's Diamond that we're talking about, right? You finish Diamond 1, you're at 38,000 or something in Diamond 1. You're at 4,000 or something in Diamond 1. You get brought back, and now you've already got like 32,000 or something. You play for a few days, you hit the top of the leaderboard again, you just stop playing, right? Meanwhile, you got people who are in Diamond 3 who've now been kicked into gold, have to work their way through everything. You got the Diamond 2 players at the bottom of Diamond 3, and so on and so forth. You've even got Champ players who are kicked back down into Diamond at the end, so they're crushing the poor Diamond players who might only have these full earning requirements, not maxed decks or something like that, just crushing those guys, moving up the leaderboard as well. Or they might have gone into Champ or something like that and then been like, oh, bam, now that I'm at the top of Diamond 1, this season I'm just going to play in Diamond, get to the top of that leaderboard or something like that, and alternate accounts. Who knows? Suffice to say, with this, I would like to see that if you're in Diamond, no matter where you end up, even if you have 4,200 points or something like that, when the leaderboard resets, everyone is back down to even once you choose your position, once you choose your league. So if you chose Diamond, for instance, at the start of the season, boom, everyone starts at 2,800. And if you lost a few times and you went down to 2,600, no big deal. You're still in Diamond. You don't go back down to gold. You stay in Diamond. But now, obviously, you're going to be like at the lower end of the leaderboard in that case, right? So that would force everyone to be kind of like, we'll call it battling champions. You can't just go, you can't take the first few days, do a ton of battles, get way up there, then stop, because everyone is going to be on equal footing back at 2,800 in this example. No one is going to be starting like 500 points ahead of anyone else and have that huge advantage on the leaderboard, and possibly just like being able to get huge tons of points very, very early on so they can just switch to wild afterwards in the case of modern, right? Or, like I said, not play at all. So that's one of the first things that I like, is I would put everyone back on an equal footing. It would force you to play. Because that's another thing, if we're not going to do ratings decay, right? Which is when you have a certain rating point and you don't play for a while, then your points go down, like just gradually, just through inactivity, your ratings decay, right? So if that's not going to happen, then I find that this is like a good solution as well, is everyone starts at the bottom of the ladder, and everyone has to work their way up. You don't even need to have Diamond 3, 2, and 1 even at that point in time. You just need to have Diamond. You're in Diamond now, and you just work your way up in Diamond. You don't have to worry. Because, I mean, in the end, Diamond 3, 2, and 1 don't matter anymore, because it's all based around staked SPS, right? Let me go and find the staked SPS chart. So it's all based around staked SPS. So that's one of the things that we can consider here is the fact that it would put everyone on even footing at the beginning of every season. How do you guys feel about that? Yeah, I know, controversial, eh? Controversial. All right. So that's one of the things that I'd like to see happen. Because I mean, it does suck that when you're playing, you're never gonna get to face like a bulldog or someone like that because they're way up too high for you to even run into them. But we wouldn't even need to worry about Diamond 321 or anything. It would just be based on what your rating is and then the SPS requirements. I've never advocated for getting rid of the SPS requirements. I've never advocated for getting rid of like low level penalties on the cards that you're using. All of that would still stay in place. Don't worry, Mavs and people who have tons of SPS that they want to rent out and stuff. None of that would change. The only thing that would change is if you choose to play in Diamond, you start at the bottom of Diamond, you work your way up in Diamond. At the end of the season, say you're like, you know what, Diamond was too hard for me. Next season, you just choose Gold. Easy and simple with whatever it could be that we're going to use for Gold. As like our base starting point. Okay, so I'll just keep reading along here. This prevents players from double dipping into multiple leagues tournaments, possibly smurfing them, as well as eliminate the frustration of moving down leagues at the end of the season, like we just talked about. If you make it to Diamond 1, you're kicked out. You're back down to Gold at the beginning of the next season. You got to fight through Gold. That might not be too bad, but every one of these is a different meta, right? Like the Bronze meta is completely different from the Gold meta. You got people who specialize in Bronze, and no one's taking that away from them. They can still play in Bronze and be happy, you know? Just like no one would take away your ability to play in Gold if you didn't have max level cards. You could just choose Gold and lock in, right? It'll also start everyone at the same point, so you can't just start near the top of the leaderboard, play a day or two, let the account idle in the top leaderboard position, since they wouldn't start with a point advantage and would need to battle consistently through the season to remain on top. There's nothing more frustrating than, for example, a silver playing being demoted back to bronze at the end of a season. With bronze they don't call it bronze hell for no reason, right? Or a gold player having to face a champion player in tournaments or ranked mode. I'm sure we've all been in that place when it's like, I'm doing so good in silver. I've got 2 game wins, 1 more game win, and I'll be able to start my win streak. And then, boom, sorry, you're faced against a gold player who's got all the cards and everything maxed to gold level max, and you're just sitting there with a minimum for silver or something like that. You're destroyed, right? So it wouldn't let those people drop down. Those people would still play with other gold players, even if that ranking was lower. It would also allow players the ability to choose where they would like the battle to be based on the card collection instead of having to win through leagues they're unfamiliar with. So like I said, bronze is a different meta than silver and gold, and it would allow them to make best use of the cards they own. I'm going to elaborate that on the next paragraph here. This will help the new player experience by allowing players to buy or rent into the league they want to play instead of having to work up unwanted leaderboards to more quickly get into position that's best for them to play in. It would also reward card purchasing and rentals at a higher level, since if you're only currently in bronze but want to try gold, you could just rent and buy the required cards and SPS and then play in that higher league immediately. Now again, this is important because how many people do you think start playing in bronze? They're like, ooh, I'd love to play in silver when you actually get some abilities. I just can't make it through bronze with all the bronze meta players. This would and then they're going to be discouraged. They're not going to buy the cards to get a silver deck or a gold deck or anything like that because they're just like, I just can't move up through these unwanted rankings, right? Through these unwanted leagues. I have a gold deck, but I can't get into gold because I can't make it through bronze and silver because the bronze and silver players that like playing that and know the bronze and silver meta just keep beating me down. So that de-incentivizes people, in my opinion, from buying more cards because they're like, why should I buy into a gold deck when I'll never get to gold because I can't get through these, you know? And it will also put some good emphasis on even the rental market for renting cards and renting SPS. Because now let's say you're like, hey, you know what? I can just play in gold right now. I'll just rent the gold level cards that I need. I'll rent the required amount of SPS so that I'm actually earning something as far as RP. And then I'll just play gold. And you know, you can just do that. And that would definitely make people rent more gold level cards because they know they can play in gold. They're not just going to be wasting their time renting gold level cards stuck in silver. Just a second, guys. So that was kind of like the initial proposal that came out that got the 20 votes. All right. So I'm gonna read a few of these comments. I'll go through them, and I want to give my opinions on these comments as well, and see how I feel about them. And of course, guys, if you guys want to make comments about this, if you guys like what I'm saying or don't like what I'm saying, absolutely make those comments in chat, and I'll go back after I'm done with. I babble a lot. You guys know that I'm a talker. I'll go back and I'll check those, and we'll have a chat about it. We'll discuss the way that you feel as well. So Femi Sapiens, that's patching a leaky boat. I think that it is patching a leaky boat, but you know what happens when you patch a leaky boat? It floats. It floats again. So this is a good thing. So I don't know if he meant this as being like bad or something like that. But I mean, once you patch a leaky boat, it's no longer leaky. It's fixed. And that's what we want. So that's what I think about that. HB67, a safeguard measure should be included to prevent the influx of underlevel accounts renting sufficient SPS and playing amongst each other in a higher league. Okay, now this is something here that I definitely want to talk about. It made me reevaluate some of the things that I was thinking, and we're going to need to do some kind of a safeguard to ensure this doesn't happen. Because what you don't want to see happen is people just being like, okay, you know what? I'll rent the minimal cards that are required in order to get into this league, and then I'll just go in here, and lots of other people are doing the same thing, and you end up with ratings inflation the same way that there's ratings inflation in Wild right now. In Wild, you don't have to have a good deck, because no one has good decks in Wild, unless obviously you're playing Diamond to Champion or something like that. Then, I mean, you have to have a good deck, even if you're just botting, right? But I mean, there has to be a way to kind of guard and gatekeep it so that you can't just be like, I'm going to send in 10 accounts. They're all okay. Sure, they meet up to a minimum amount to get in, but they're just going to play against each other anyway, so no one needs to have good cards. We don't want to have a ratings inflation like that, like exists in Wild. So I'm not sure what the answer is. I think that the answer is somewhere along the lines of, maybe if you want to get into Diamond, you have to have a minimum of like, I don't know, like 25,000, somewhere over here, right? Like, we know that 8x is pretty good, actually. Like, maybe we say it's 40,000 to be able to enter into Diamond. And then, of course, once you start playing and getting up there, that 40,000 isn't going to earn you a lot of RP if you're doing really good, right? These numbers, again, I'm just throwing it out. It's the principle of the idea that we're talking about, that there should be some kind of minimum to prevent the ratings inflation, like what was addressed there. I almost feel like it should also be combined with a certain amount of CP, so that you aren't just renting the SPS and going in with a minimal deck for that ratings inflation. You also have to have a certain amount of CP, maybe whatever the CP used to be back in the day, in conjunction with a minimum amount of SPS to be able to get into these leagues. And then that would go ahead and that would be like, all right, well, at least if you're going to cause us a bunch of ratings inflation, you've got a ton of cards either owned or rented, and you've got a ton of SPS either owned or rented. And if you're just going to get beat up all day because you're playing underlevel cards, I'm telling you guys, Modern is cutthroat. There's no bots in Modern. These are all players, and no players playing Modern just so that they can lose, all right? And if you're just going to go in there twiddling your thumbs, hoping and praying that you get matched up against some other chump that's in there who's just trying to game the system, I got news for you, bud. You're going to get crushed, all right? So having some minimum level of SPS and some minimum level of CP, maybe even, I can get behind that in order to make this happen, and in order to get league locks and be like, to enter Gold League, you must have 10,000 SPS staked, or even higher, 15,000 SPS staked or something like that, and a minimum collection value of whatever it used to be into gold, right? Which wasn't cheap. And it can be rented CP or whatever, and it can be rented SPS, because we do want to make it possible to do these things and to get into these leagues without you having to own it necessarily, which is one of the tenets of Splinterlands, right? Which is, you can own the assets, then you don't have to pay rental fees. You can own the SPS, then you don't have to pay rental fees. Or you can rent and you can still play, right? And this would give you the option to play at a higher league. All right, let's go back to Discord here. Yep, so I agree with HB67. We need something. BBC, he agrees. Hopefully, Eiffen Bridge, interesting suggestion. I don't know if I agree with this fully yet. Hopefully what we're discussing here is going to make it a little bit more palpable for you. Exactly, it's a discussion. Doesn't mean what I typed is going to vote. We're going to share ideas and shape the idea. All right? So Tambe, does this mean I can simply choose champ and play there, or will there still be some restrictions? Like, do I need to be in Diamond Champ the previous season? So in this, two facets, okay? There are three, I guess. Yes, you would just be able to say, I want to play in champ. No, you would not need to be in champ the previous season. But yes, there would be some restrictions in order for you to be able to enter that champion league, right? And again, it should be based on SPS, maybe SPS with CP as well, which is collection power for those of you who don't know, who weren't old school back when that was a thing, okay? All right, so here's what Eldon says, okay? Big no for two reasons. It was made by Weirdbeard a long time ago, and there've never been any dev time to implement it. It's not a minor fix. It would require a major rework of how leagues and tournaments work. I agree with that. But that's why we have these DAO votes now, right? We have these DAO votes say, hey, this is something that we want. Dedicate some time to it. And they said that they wanted to fix the new player experience. I can't think of anything that would help the new player experience. Well, you know, a good tutorial and stuff like that, you know, that's shifting off. This would help the new player experience by allowing them to say, I'm buying these cards, I'm renting these cards, I want to play in silver, I get to play in silver. I tried bronze was not for me. I don't ever want to do that again. I want to use card abilities. This would allow you to do that. We can't waste dev time on this. I also think this is a deviation of what Weirdbeard had planned. It's not really what he proposed. I don't think that he even got to the proposal phase for it. I think he talked a lot about what league locks could be, but I don't think that we actually saw what it was. And it doesn't matter if it's a deviation of Weirdbeard had planned. I know it's a deviation of what Weirdbeard had planned. Like, I loved Weirdbeard, but he's not here anymore. We're going to make do with what we've got. We're going to work on what Weirdbeard kind of set some groundwork for, and we'll see if we can make it work. 2, there's nothing wrong with double dipping. It's part of the reward structure and helps with match and player liquidity in tournaments, okay? What's wrong with the silver playing being able to play silver and bronze tournament, or a gold player being able to play gold and silver? In my mind, there's nothing wrong with these mechanics. So from the standpoint of someone who is basically like a champ player or a diamond player or something like that, maybe that's true. Maybe you're focused solely on tournament play. Then indeed, we'd have to figure out a way that we'd have that nice happy medium of how many tournaments are there going to be per season for each one of these leagues. That makes sense to me, you know? He doesn't bring up a non-point here. If your primary focus is tournaments and not ranked play, you'd probably be able to play 1 or 2 less tournaments. And when we're talking about match liquidity and player liquidity in tournaments, how many players do you really need? What we can always do is we can look at the amount of players that are participating in these tournaments, and you can adjust the rewards either upwards or downwards based on the number of entrants. If, say, gold only has 20 people who enter, and diamond has 300 people who enter, then clearly they should shift more rewards to diamond and take some away from gold. It doesn't have to be a static number. It can be dynamic. And I'm sure there's a very easy well, maybe not easy, but I'm sure that they can develop a mathematical equation that looks at the typical number of players in each one of these tournaments and is able to allocate based on something like the value of the deck that you would need in order to be able to play. Like, obviously you don't want to reward bronze more than you're rewarding champion, right? So that's something that we can look at there. In my mind, there's nothing wrong with this mechanic. But again, then you get into like the smurfing issue, right? Like, do you want diamond players crushing gold players and stuff like that? Or do you want diamond players playing with other diamond players, champ players playing with other champ players? That's the beauty of the league lock, is you're going to be playing with those with players who are at your caliber based on what you select. No one chooses to be in gold and be matched up with like a diamond player for the most part, right? Just like no one chooses to play in a gold tournament and have champion players that were in diamond, entered all the gold tournaments they could, then moved up to champ, right? Because now you've got those champ players playing in gold tournaments, or actually you're allowed to do that. Okay, so let me rephrase that. Silver players who are now playing with diamond players, because you can go one down, right? I made that mistake earlier. I didn't know that champ players could play down to gold. I thought champ players could only play diamond, and diamond could play gold, but that's not the case. Champ can also play gold. All right, so that's kind of how I feel with some of Eldon's information here. In fact, I already made this argument in the other post, but there's a reason the mechanic is set up this way. The mechanic of double dipping allows players to play ranked in one league and tournaments one league lower. In ranked, you can get away with half-level deck or whatever, but in tournaments, you can't. So if you're a gold player with a full gold deck and want to start moving to diamond, you will have to start upgrading a few cards to diamond level here and there, and eventually move up to diamond with a half deck or less. If the proposal's implemented and you do that, you would be gated out from gold tournaments. So I guess they're saying as a diamond player, you'd be gated out from gold tournaments. Also, you wouldn't be able to participate in diamond because in the tournaments, you can't get away with lower level cards. I disagree with that. You can get away with lower level cards. You just have a reduced chance of winning. So that's one less player for tournaments. So in this way, if this proposal is through, it'll work as a de-incentivize players to move up in leagues. That's the opposite of what we want. No, I disagree with that. So I think that it would incentivize people to move up leagues, because you'd be able to move up leagues based on actually owning the cards for the league that you want to play in, right? So what this actually does is it gives you choice. Choices are a good thing. Do you choose, in this example here, that you want to play with your cards at the highest level of tournament possible? Like, say you've got this max gold deck, like Eldon is saying, all right? Do you want to play with your max gold deck in those tournaments and then not move up and play in ranked in diamond? Or do you want to play in diamond or ranked and have a disadvantage based on the cards that you have in the diamond tournaments that you then be forced to enter? So it's all about choice. It's about choosing, and I think choice is good, and you'd have to make that decision on where you want to end up. And are tournaments more important to you, or is rank play more important to you? And either one of those could lead to you building up your deck for the other one, right? If you're a gold player and you want to play in those diamond tournaments, then you'll probably level up your gold collection so at next season you can click, I want to play in diamond this season because I'm finally there at the level where I can be competitive in those tournaments, right? Or you're renting cards for diamond instead of renting cards for gold, and you can immediately start to play. It gives you options, it gives you choice. I like it. Would it be easier to implement have linked tournaments? Run the same tournament simultaneous at each league and code it so you can only enter one of each tournament? Would it be a simpler coding project to just have an option where the creator can enter other tournament IDs to check against, and if that player is on those, it blocks entry? Absolutely. Like, if that's easier to do for tournaments, then you could have it separated. You could still be league locked for ranked play, but then you could almost be league locked in some ways for tournaments as well. So you could ranked play in diamond, but then when it comes to tournaments, if you start entering gold tournaments, then that's it, right? There's nothing that says that you can't be necessarily even be league locked for ranked and league locked for tournaments. I mean, they don't have to be mutually exclusive. So I kind of like that idea. And if it's easier to code, it's easier to code. Either way though, I'm all about choice. I'm all about choosing. And what is your emphasis? Is your emphasis on tournaments or is it on ranked play? All right, let me just take a quick look here. So league locking could just be based on end of season rank rather than current league. Oh, hey Deathgoal, nice to see you in here. Adaprek, nice to see you as well. So league lock could be based on end of season rank rather than current league. So when you're saying that, I'm thinking that it would just be based on you choosing what you want to do, right? If you're like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna play in champion this time with my gold deck, and then you just get crushed, you're like, okay, tail between legs, I'm going back down to gold kind of deal, right? Or if you're a silver player and you're like, you know what? I'm such a good silver player, bro. I just want to play in gold. And you meet the minimum CP and the minimum SPS that we set to get into gold, nothing's stopping you from going into gold in that case, right? So I don't think that it would even need to be based on the end of season rank. It would just be based on where you choose to enter. And do you have the right cards to even play in that and be successful? And do you have the right amount of SPS staked to be able to enter into that and actually earn RP, right? But I do believe that there should be some minimum for this as well. So just one of the things about the safeguarding measure here, I say they would also need to have cards level to the league they join. So if they join champ, they better have max level cards or else they'll get huge penalties to RP anyways, despite having the right number of SPS and CP. In fact, this would encourage more SPS and card rentals since you would be able to play in Champ if you desired, but you would need the cards and the SPS to do so. So again, I think that this is a good thing because it lets you straight up, some of you guys watching this right now may be silver players, and you may think to yourself, gee, wouldn't it be great if next season I could play in Champ? I've always wanted to play in Champ, but I know that if I rent the cards, I'll have to get through silver, then I'll have to get through gold, then I'll have to get through diamond. So there's no way that I'm going to be renting champ level deck to play in champ when I've still got to go through all these leagues, and getting through leagues is a slog, right? How great would it be if you could just be like, you know what, I've played silver my whole life. I'm tired of silver. I want to see what the max level cards are like. I'll play diamond. And you rent those 3-star legendary summoners, and you rent your 3-star just legends and stuff like that, and you go and you get to play in diamond. And I'm telling you, man, diamond and champ, they're the bee's knees, as Lois would say, right? They're so much fun because you get to play with max level cards. You get all the abilities, and people who haven't experienced that because maybe they're stuck in bronze, or bronze is all they've ever known, you know? Then they get to experience that. And I think that that's a great thing. And again, that's giving you options. That's giving you choices on what you want to do. Do you want to play in bronze? Do you want to play in champ? If you want to play in champ, you rent the cards, you rent the SPS, you get the minimum requirements, you play in champ. If you want to play in bronze, hey, you can still do that. No one's going to stop you. And if the end of the season comes and you didn't like champ, you can go back to bronze. Just click, I choose bronze this season. There you go. And how many people do you see come back into the game and they're like, man, I came back, I've got a gold deck, I can't get through bronze. I just can't get through bronze to use my gold cards. They'd be able to come back after a 3-month hiatus, just click on gold, and it's as though they never left. You know, lots of positives for that. So here I say Bulldog has a great idea. All tournaments at the same time once you've entered one, you're in. If it would make coding easier, all for it. So here I was when I was about to go live with the Rebellion release and everything like that, right? Okay, so here's again where I'm kind of replying to Elden 1. You're only focusing on tournaments with this opinion. There's an entire ranked mode that also exists, and this allows choice of what you want to do or prefer to do. Some people may put more emphasis on tournaments, and if they do, they may stay at a lower league. Some players like ranked, and they may go higher and rent more cards in SPS to do so. This also prevents the issues of new players. I just said this. Sorry guys, I'll repeat some stuff because I'm on a tangent. This would also allow new players, prevents the issue of new players having to fight through bronze after buying into a silver deck, or allowing players to try higher leagues with all the new abilities that come with them. When they see how much more enjoyable it is to play in even silver, when you get abilities versus bronze, it encourages them to move up and play. Choices are good, this gives more choices. So Elden wanted me to tag him. I think it's good. I think I've explained pretty well on how this would improve the new player experience. And he says again, less tournaments to play with your account seems worse. And then I say, ask any new player if they would keep playing after they enter bronze. Ask them if bronze is fun. Like, I don't find bronze fun. I mean, I've been stuck before when I used to do Splinterlands TV, and people would challenge the streamer in bronze. Those are always like the least fun games for me. I know some people like it, and you're allowed to like it. But for people who like more intricate deck selection with a lot more options and a lot more of the abilities, bronze was not fun. Everything was vanilla. And when I say vanilla, I mean just basic stats, you know, everywhere. No abilities, just basic stats. And so here he says, I think this is why we can't agree. I'm looking at tournaments and you're looking at ranked. And ranked, none of my accounts get devoted to a lower league anymore, so I also don't have this issue. So I think that we're talking about like a minority of players. Like, I'm not trash talking you, Eldon. You have really good opinions and stuff like that on this, but we are not in the majority of players by being able to play in Diamond and Champ. We're in the minority of players by being able to go that high, right? So I say I think it's good for both, but I can see your point. Wilbur's always said he's against smurfing, and in the comments you see in Tavern, they mention it a lot. It's not a problem for people like us, but looking at things through the lens of NPE, they probably want to play versus people their level, not people playing down. And again, that's because gold players can enter silver tournaments without the big penalties, and silver players probably want to play against other silver players, not get crushed by the more experienced gold players who are just basically like, I want to enter more tournaments, so I'll enter the silver tournaments and I'll enter the gold tournaments, you know? Here, this filled me with a lot of confidence here, okay? So I like this a lot. We should pick the league we play in. If there are requirements to be in a league, that's perfectly fine, but once a person meets those requirements, then they should be able to play in the league. This will help vary up the gameplay and be a massive improvement to the player experience. 100% agree, and will work hard to passive and makes it to a live vote. So we've got the confidence of Dave McCoy here. I love that. Thank you so much, Dave, for saying that you'd support this. We'll find a way to find these minimum requirements, which I think is the big thing, because I think we all agree there have to be some requirements. You can't just take 10 bronze accounts, say we're all going to go and play in champion and hope that we match up against other terrible teams and just play. You know, it won't work that way. We do need to have some kind of requirement. We can figure that out together, whatever it may be, whether it's just SPS, whether it's SPS in combination with CP. I'm down for anything, but I don't think that this idea that we should throw the baby out with the bathwater by not coming to some kind of a solution. All right. So no offense to Weirbeard, but the smurfing argument has always alluded was a misconception. Smurfing is playing a lower league, even though your abilities and rank determines you should be playing in a higher league. In Splinterlands, there's no smurfing for two reasons. Each league has its own meta. A good bronze player will kick any champion player butt anytime just because the champion player has no idea what's strong in bronze. True. If you follow the competitive scene, you know that there are some players that are feared in bronze and they just have a bronze deck. Absolutely true. Those people just keep playing in bronze, right? Since there's a card level cap per league, there's no real advantage for a higher level player other than his abilities to play the game. But like I said, the meta changes per league. That's not even a knowledge advantage. But this isn't necessarily true, because as we know over here, when we look at leagues, let's just do gold. Look, there's full earning requirements, but there's also summoner level limits. So you've probably got some people playing in gold that they're like, you know what? I'm just rocking the full earning requirements right now. I'm playing in gold. I'm doing good. I'm cruising along in gold, facing other gold players who are all just have full earning requirements. Because I mean, it's still decent, you know, you're still getting max rewards. And if you run into someone who's got a max deck, hey, that's cool and stuff like that. But if you're playing against someone who's a diamond player coming down into gold, you know those guys are coming in with the max. You know that they're going to be able to have everything at full, and then it kind of like ends up diluting in a lot of ways. I shouldn't say diluting, strengthening the pool with people who are a much higher level coming down into it. I don't know if that makes sense or not, the way that I phrase it there. Sometimes I just kind of like think a little faster than I can talk. But yeah, you can see that there's a difference. It isn't just, hey, there's a league lock. It's, hey, some people that are playing gold are only playing with full earning requirements and aren't playing with max level summoners, and they should be able to play against other people who are still somewhere in this zone. You know, they might not be at 8 common, they might be at 7, or they might not be at 5, they might be at 6, but they'd be playing against other gold players, not against the diamond players who are coming down with their full max level decks, you know? Or especially, you can take advantage of this, right? This is what I used to do. I used to play in gold, enter all the silver tournaments I could, and then I'd move up into diamond. So now I'm a diamond player playing in silver tournaments, right? Because you have that window of opportunity when you're in gold. Like, maybe I can show it right now. Maybe show it right now in events. Can I play in gold or whatever like that? I guess it doesn't really work when you're diamond because you're allowed to play in gold, and champ can apparently play in gold as well. But again, if I was in silver and I wanted to play in bronze tournaments, I could enter all the bronze tournaments, then move my silver deck up into gold and bypass that fee, right? And now I'm gold playing in bronze, or the same would apply. I'm champion playing, or I'm diamond playing in silver, right? You just enter the tournaments, then move up, and then you're not subject to those fees. So that would prevent that. If nothing else, that I can definitely see is exploiting the tournament system and getting around these like 5,000 DEC that it would cost me, or the or this 210 SPS. It would, all right. None of these qualify for me, okay? But you guys know what I'm saying. If you're in gold, you can enter all the silver tournaments and then move up to diamond, and you'll still have entered those silver tournaments with the lower entry fee. You know, that to me is the smurfing, right? I respect Weirbeard because he came from an esports where smurf is a good thing, but he never played Splinterlands. He doesn't know how it worked. Even if people explained it, he wouldn't understand it because it's something you have to experience for yourself. Well, I think it's pretty easy to understand. The only real impact it has is prevents players from playing half the tournaments they can play. That's a big cut. I think it was you, Silence, that a few days ago mistakenly complained that a champ player couldn't play gold. Well, the proposal here now is exactly what you were mistakenly complaining about a few days ago. And I fully admit that. And I even said in the tournament thing, hey, I was wrong. My experience was based on being like a silver player who would enter those lower tournaments, then move up. And I didn't know that you could do that for both Diamond and Champ and play gold. Regardless, in the lower leagues, you can still do that. So I don't think that this is necessarily going to take it away. We would just have to restructure and make sure that we find a fair compromise with the number of tournaments that would be in each one of these leagues, and then proportionately, based on the number of players who enter, make sure that we distribute those tournament prizes amongst those leagues. Let me take a quick second here and see what everyone's saying. Hey, how's it going, Virus? Ime, nice to see you guys here. Let me read here. For NPE, they need a PvE storyline where you can earn cards. Oh my god! Totally. All right. So, to be based on Endocene, for NPE, they need a real PvE storyline where you can earn cards, which I absolutely agree with. Or or even that's what gets you your ghost cards or something like that. As the more that you play, the more ghost cards that you get. Or even it lets you have cards for a certain amount of time or something like that. But for me, even if you can't earn cards, for me, the big draw of PvE would be a story. Imagine playing through a story or something like that, being like, hey, you right now are Fiona Voxum or something like that, and she's guiding you, a brand new spellslinger, through this world of Splinterlands, and then you have to enter into combat based on what the story is. You win that, the story continues and stuff like that. Give me a good story that draws me in. And I've said this before on Splinterlands TV. Give me a story that draws me in, that makes me want to know more about the characters, that gets me, like, relating to the characters, that gets me to meet things like this guy over here. All right? That gets me... What the... Okay. That gets me to see this cute little meerkat over here. What am I doing? Rebellion only, common, life. Like, tell me the story about how I end up meeting the Mariput magician or something like that, and have her have, like, blink her little big eyes or something like that, and have, like, a good voiceover or something like that when she's talking. Draw me into the land of Splinterlands so that I'm invested in the characters, okay? Because you might just have a favorite character that's just like, hey, this guy's my new favorite character. I really want to just be able to play with this guy because I loved his story so much that they made me play in the intro. That's what's going to get people playing, having a nice, rich, because the lore is so good in Splinterlands. Now take that lore and make it the story that draws you in and puts all these characters in perspective. So that's what I think we could really do as something to do with the as a PvE story as well. I would love that. Like vanilla cards, and when you beat PvE, it unlocks PvP. Sure, I love that. I would totally do that. I think that that's a great idea. But again, I think that the story mode is a little bit off. I would love to see just practice here be turned into, like, no one ever uses practice. No one's ever in here. There's zero match liquidity. I would love to see practice just turn into story mode, and it's in story mode that you do it, right? Because no one plays practice. There's zero match liquidity. Or we make another section for story, and we have practice be against some Splinterlands bots that they put in themselves based on whatever league you want to practice at. Kind of like how XBot has that, right? You can do XBot. I don't think it's not called Battle Vision, but there's a feature of XBot where they're constantly putting players' accounts in, and you can challenge that deck by going into challenge, typing in the name of the player you want to face, and then you'll get to do, like, a practice battle. So that exists, and I think that's a good idea. When we're able to do PvE, that's going to be a game changer. Incorporate that into the story and draw me in. Give me some favorite characters and give them that rich storytelling that we know that Nate is so good at, man. Like do it, Nate. I want to see it. Bronco, I think it's a good idea. I've thought about it, haven't found a satisfactory solution. You end up with too many weak points for exploding, or you build in hurdles, which don't improve things for players or the NPE. That's why I think that just having, like, a basic CP and SPS and you choose your league would be simple, to be honest with you. You see a few problems with ranking that need to be addressed to know if league lock is a solution. A player should never start in a league below his level after EOS. But then again, that restricts you. What if you want to go into a lower level, right? So I don't agree with this. I think that, again, this is removing choice, and you want to have choices. Choices are a good thing. Say you do move up into silver, and then you're like, no, my account's locked into silver forever now, unless I legit throw games and end up in bronze and waste my season not playing because I want next season to reset the bronze. That seems like an extra step to me than just silver wasn't my thing. I want to go back to bronze. Next season, I click bronze instead. Boom, done. Players should not be able to claim the higher league at the end of season only to farm EOS next season, even though they play league below. That's exactly what I do. And I don't agree with it. But look, so I'm in diamond right now. I'm farming champ chests for EOS. And normally I'll wait till the very, very last day. Then I'll advance to champion. So I'm farming champ chests and playing in diamond throughout most of the season. I haven't decided if I'm gonna go and I'm gonna stay in diamond or not yet. I think I might again because my rebellion cards aren't leveled enough yet. But that's exactly what I do. Look, I'm getting champ chests. I haven't advanced to champ. I'm gonna play diamond until like 1 day left. So I can agree with that. You should have, again, the rewards for champ should be for playing champ. But here I am. I'm about to get like, by the time I'm done, like 40, 50 champ chests. I'm playing in diamond, you know? So I can see that. That's good. Champ leaderboard should not start in the leaderboard after EOS. And this, again, is something that is going to be rectified by going and having everyone start at the bottom of the league, right? So everyone, even if you're in Diamond 1 and you have 4,500 points by the end of the season, next season, once you click play in Diamond, you're starting at 2,800. And again, if you slip to like 2,750 or something like that because you get some bad beats, you're still in Diamond. You're not down to gold. You're still in diamond. And like I said, if you make a mistake and you're like, diamond's too hard, I just got smoked this whole time. I mean, next season, you go back down, right? So I think that that's been addressed. It should not be possible to rent cards, climb the leaderboard, and not play until end of season. Very common in lower leagues. When I look at bronze leaderboard, most accounts had not played for a few days, had not rented or owned any more cards. You should not be able to occupy without continuing to play. And again, what this would do again is this would make it so that you have to play because you're not at 4,500 moving down to like 3,500 playing for a day or two. You're going to start at 2,800 with the rest of the plebes. You're going to have to be a fighting champion and work your way up. And it's going to take a lot more games for you starting at 2,800 to make it to 4,500 than it is if you're starting at like 3,500 and making it to 4,500. That's a lot of games that you're going to have to play. And then, I mean, if you can make it from 2,800 all the way up to 4,500, and then there's 2 days left and you want to park it, well, I guess then you have to at least start at the same level as everyone else without a huge competitive advantage for finishing so high on the leaderboard last time. So I feel like that's actually addressed as well. T-Rex. I think there's a lot of things to like. Not getting kicked out of your chosen league due to a losing streak is huge. As things stand now, those are just in the threshold are de-incentivized from playing for fear of being knocked out of that league. And I do that too. When I move up into champion, I just won't play because I want to be reset to Diamond 2 and not accidentally get reset to Diamond 1, right? So that's great. I think we should be doing this to incentivize gameplay. Absolutely. Refreshing the leaderboard to encourage ongoing competition. And that's what it would do. It would refresh the leaderboard. So I'm in agreement. There are other aspects I disagree with or think need refinement. Being in gold for rank play and silver in tournaments does not give it a competitive advantage because of level caps. But again, some of those silver players aren't playing at the max level and they want to play against other silver players who are also playing at like the minimum amount for full earnings. That's why there's a minimum amount for full earnings. If that didn't exist, everyone would be at max in silver, and sure, this would make sense. But sometimes silver players want to play against silver players. They don't have a maxed out silver deck. They're playing against other people who just have the minimum to earn maximum RP without penalties, right? Some barriers needed to prevent flood of accounts migrating to champion, resulting in ratings inflation. Like I said, I am down with barriers. Let's figure out what those are together. Let's get an SPS barrier. Let's also include CP if we need to do that. I think some combination of the two of them would actually be ideal. Do we have a clear definition of what an underleveled account is? We have maximums, but there should also be minimums. And SPS is financial barrier. There should be some people need to earn their place in leagues or to stay in league. Again, you can rent SPS. It is a financial barrier. It's kind of cheap to rent. But if you want to play in the higher leagues, you got to have the SPS to back it up. Even I rent a 120,000 SPS a season right now in order to play at my league. So it's not like I'm not paying my 7,200 DEC every season in order to play at the higher league. It's just something you want to do. If you want the higher earnings, you got to invest more. That's the core concept of Splinterlands, right? An underleveled account would be someone, in my opinion, who is below the minimum RP earnings. So in this case, if you wanted to play in Diamond, an underleveled account would be someone who's playing with less than the 8, the 6, the 5, and the 3. Like if you're playing 2-star legendaries, 3-star epics, 5-star rares, and you're only playing with 6-star commons, not only are you going to get crushed, but you're underleveled. You're not at least meeting the minimums, which we can try and achieve through CP. And it can be owned or rented CP, whatever the case may be. But again, if you're going in underleveled, not only are you going to take hits to playing with underleveled cards in that league, but you're also going to take hits by just not winning because it's competitive. And when Wild becomes bot free as well, it'll be competitive there too. Ratings inflation will all but disappear because humans don't want to lose. Bots don't care. They just play. And if they only win 1 or 2 rounds in a day, that's still 1 or 2 rounds. They probably got a chest, and the 10,000 other bots that they have will also get 1 chest, and now you have 10,000 chests. Doesn't matter. But I know as a player, I'm not playing to lose. I'm playing to win, and I'm not going to win if I'm playing with underleveled cards. So I think that this is a good minimum kind of thing. We can figure out whatever the CP would be required to kind of work that out, as well as the appropriate SPS as well. All right, let me take a look at the comments here. If an account falls under the league minimum, they shouldn't be able to battle at all unless they drop leagues or get higher than minimum, or else you have underleveled accounts. Yeah, see, I agree. So like I was saying, there needs to be some level of CP then in that account in that account as well as the minimum SPS, right? So it's going to be a combination of both cards as well as SPS for you to be able to do this, I think. I think that would be ideal, is SPS plus CP equal to whatever a minimum must be in order to achieve that full RP that you'd be able to earn. No one's going to force them to have fully leveled decks, but there should be a minimum amount of CP. And obviously, if you're just going to rent 1,000 Heatsmiths, then I mean, to get that CP, you're not going to win. Everything's going to be underleveled. You're not going to earn any RP anyway. And then, I mean, how much SPS are you renting and how much CP are you renting to try and earn just a couple chests with your underleveled cards, right? Then it becomes more like the ratings inflation would happen in that case, but there'd be huge amounts of rentals that have to occur and huge amount of SPS rentals that have to occur for them to do that. Is it going to be beneficial to put 10 vastly underleveled accounts in, hoping that you face the other 10 vastly underleveled accounts that some people might be putting in there? And again, you'd still have to own the SPS and be renting the CP anyway. We can figure out what that number is to make sure that we can try and curb that ratings inflation. All right. It's not so much here we go. It's not so much I'm earning anything, but they probably won't earn anything. Is they're providing easy wins and win trading for those legit accounts, which enables the rating inflation we currently have in a while. Yep. So I can agree with that. And that's why we need to find the happy medium, which would allow you to enter, but also have some kind of competitive deck, right? And we can increase the CP beyond what that minimum level is. We can make the CP equal to what the maximums would be. And then if all you're renting is Heatsmiths, that's going to be a lot of Heatsmiths to reach the equivalent of the CP required to be at max in Diamond and max in Champ and stuff like that, right? On top of the SPS that you're going to have to rent. I don't think it's worth throwing the baby out with the bathwater. I give this a check mark because I agree. That's one of the problems. In the end, you only have the choice between big exploiters or big hurdles. I think that this would eliminate a lot of the exploiting, but it would create a big hurdle, which should be required because if you want to earn more, you have to invest more, right? Whether that's through rental or owning. Personally, I don't think the benefits are big enough to justify either option, so we should just see if there's some way to optimize in the rating reset process. Maybe. But again, that wouldn't give you the option to choose other things. I think there's definitely merit to a league lock. So here I say, what's the point? I mean, why would you do that just to earn nothing? Just to mess with the game? And I suppose it can be done. So a minimum per league would be a good idea, just to close the exploit, which does exist when you phrase it that way. That being said, it doesn't take away from the overall idea of a lead lock. It would just be gated so as to have some measure of competitive deck before proceeding. I fully intend to elaborate on YouTube or in a super long post. Here we go. So I'm elaborating right now during the stream, okay? So here I say anyone who wants to join it. I like it right now. I'm in bronze in one of my main accounts and in silver in an account, and it's hard to win a battle with new cards, and it's harder because to not use the new cards yet. I like playing with max cards and in gold. Lower this and I'm unable to play. Please vote for this proposal. Markor, I'm glad that you agree. I like it when I was talking about a couple weeks ago. I was talking about league jump by using DC and vouchers, half cost paid in DC and half cost paid in vouchers. A league jump would be cool too. I just feel like it might be unnecessary if we reach those proper gates in CP and SPS to just be able to choose. That just seems like a bonus or something like it is, right? So keep the current league reset and add league lock, and it should be the option available in the first 24 hours. You'll have a base of 5,000 credits or DEC, and you can spend vouchers in order to receive a discount on the base. Each voucher will reduce the price by 250 credits in DEC, and then using vouchers would be 50%. That means maximum available voucher discount. Each league lock will be 2,500 credits or DEC plus 10 vouchers. Sure. I mean, even if that's what it costs to move up the leagues, I think choosing the league that you're going to play in is the important thing. So you're not locked out of being able to experience these other things. So this to me is like a league lock with just another name. It's like a league lock with an entry fee, pretty much. However it works out, more choice is good. So that's it for the comments here that we have throughout this. What I'm probably going to end up doing, I'm going to have to learn how to clip things. I'm going to clip this whole conversation that we just had. Hey, Jay Daniel. Nice seeing the chat. And I'm going to find some way that I can post this big long thing into like a YouTube, and I can link it into this so that people who might not have heard this discussion would be able to kind of follow up with this. So Eternal Paul, I wish there was an option to stay in a sub tier of a league, like stay in Diamond 2, for instance, instead of moving up to Diamond 3. The way to do that is to lose, I guess, right? But I think that just like not needing to have Diamond 1, 2, and 3 anymore would just be a huge benefit. It would just all be based on SPS, which is what it's based on pretty much anyway right now, right? It's all already based on like gold 1, 2, and 3, for instance, are just numbers. And those numbers just correlate to the amount of SPS that's required in order for you to earn RP within that league, right? So I think that you don't even need gold 1, 2, and 3 anymore. It's all just about the higher you move up in the league, the more SPS it's going to require for you to earn the maximum rewards. So I think that problem kind of solves itself, and we can actually almost eliminate those things, right? We could keep it just because it's cool to know how far up did I make it. But in the end, I mean, gold 1, you could clearly exceed the minimum number I'll say diamond. So in diamond 1, you could clearly just exceed this 36.99 like we're doing right now, right? I've exceeded that. I'm at 37.04, for instance. You could just exceed that and just keep going. And all that matters is the SPS that you have staked in order to earn proper rewards. The higher you go, more SPS is staked in order for you to maintain still getting the same RP, you know? My alt deck can get to silver 1, gold 3, but I only have the SPS of silver 3. So once I get to SPS 2, each subsequent win, I'm getting less. But that's the mechanism of the game. You know, that's the whole purpose, because you will earn more as you go up higher, right? So your only alternative there, Eternal Paul, is to win a game, then lose a game, then win a game, and then lose a game. I should rephrase it this way. Lose one game, lose 30 points, and then win 3 games, get 10 points with each one of those, you know? That's why you want to stay in silver 3. Yep, I get it, man. I get it. But I mean, at the same point, that kind of defeats some of the purpose of renting the SPS and stuff like that, right? Exactly. Once you get there, rent a bit more SPS, and it's covered by the wins, right? And that's a beautiful thing about this game, right? Is you can play the game within the game, which is only renting enough SPS to get you into silver 3, and then you're like, I'm doing too good. I guess I need to rent another 1000 SPS or something like that, right? Like, it just seems so crazy. But that 1000 SPS that you're renting for that minimal amount, you'd probably earn it back by getting more rewards. So it kind of pays off, and you'll have to find that happy medium, right? But options are good, and I think that having choice is the best thing that we can do. People love choice, people love options, and I guarantee you, new players will be like, bronze really sucks. I want to play in silver already. And it would allow them to buy the cards to play in silver, to rent the cards to play in silver, to rent the SPS or to buy the SPS to play in silver, completely bypass bronze if they want to. And then they're like, ooh, I like silver. I want to play in gold. And then they're able to move up and play in gold if they want to. And then they're like, yee, gold was too much. Next season, they choose silver again and they found their sweet spot. Choice is good. Options are good. I really think that a league lock could be beneficial both from a new player experience and from an old player experience to prevent me from doing things like I have right here, just like Bronco said, gaining champ chests while only playing in diamond and only advancing the very last day, right? And it would allow people to experience the higher levels and leagues of the game without having to move all the way up. And whether or not there's a cost for that, the cost, I think, would be mostly in the gate that we create and the amount of SPS and CP or whatever it is that would be the minimum requirements to enter into those higher leagues, just like it used to be back when it was only CP. I mean, you could break the system a little by just renting your heat smiths, but there was a CP minimum, and in this case there'd be a CP and an SPS minimum, right? And I don't think it would be beneficial for people to just throw bots in there and pay all that money into getting all these rentals and stuff like that just to have them offer liquidity. I just don't think that that's going to happen when it's only human players, because people want to win, and that's pretty much a waste of money to offer liquidity to match liquidity to other people than yourself. So there's my little chat about this. Again, I'll find some way to go and take this whole conversation that we had. I'll break it down. I'll put it on YouTube as its own thing, and you guys can revisit this, and hopefully we can continue this conversation. In the meantime, though, if you liked what we were talking about, please be sure to come up here and click on the DAO discussion thread. How do I do this more? Copy link. I'll post a link here for us. Please be sure to head in here. Hey, Deathgold, nice chatting with you, my man. Always a pleasure, sir. Have a good sleep. And give that a like, okay? Show some support for League Lock if what we just talked about today sounds good to you, okay? Do you have any bronze level alpha beta cards or interested in renting any for a potentially fun tournament? I have some, but they're all pretty much on land right now, or they're locked away. Don't forget to fill in your brawls. That's right, guys. Brawls are coming near the end as well. Let's take a look. Maybe while I was talking, there was another brawl that happened. All right, let's check it out. Ooh, a new one. Let's see. Am I going full wins here? May as well check it out here. What did I choose? Weird. All right, let's see how this works out. I'm not feeling super confident in this one, actually. I think that I went with the 6 speed. He doesn't have True Strike here. But I also don't have... Ooh, I think that this Jin Chwala might just end up wrecking me. Because of the True Strike. I think this one might end up being my first loss. That Thorns is going to break me down. I should have definitely used Jin Chwala instead. Oh well, live and learn. Can't win them all. I should have buried the guy further back and used Jin Chwala. Then again, this Jin Chwala just died, so... Who knows? Is he just going to turn Gorth into a mega tank? 6 with the blast. Oh, I guess all hope isn't lost here. Am I just going to tank out on this guy? Come on, give me armor before Gorth hits me. Give me armor. Give me armor before Gorth hits. Yikes. All right, give me armor now. Actually, all hope isn't lost. I might be able to get him. Or, if I take out Gorth, come on, armor me. Armor me. Armor me. I need the armor. Yes. All right. I think I still have a chance at this. When I first looked at it, I thought that it was all hope has been abandoned. But as long as I can still get hits in here. Uh-oh. So I'm losing 2 apiece. I need to get hits. I'm losing 2 apiece on my Flame Monkey, which is the only thing I'm worried about here. 2. I just need 1 hit. Just give me 1 hit. I feel like 1 hit. Yes. All right. I think I got this one now. I think I got this because he can only do 1 a turn. And sure, he'll shatter, but I think that happens after the hit, right? So he shatters, but his shatter is on my hit. I won it. Wow. Yeah. Okay. I thought I was going to lose that one, I'll be honest. Hold it out. Skip to results. We see how that one worked out. Woo! Just crushing it. We got one more. Rotha. Is Rotha going to be the one that makes me 7-1, or am I going 8-0 this time? Crushing it. All right. Log in for free daily rewards. Free test.splinterforge.io. All right. Hey, thanks for letting us know, Walk the Grid. Don't forget, log in to test.splinterforge for free rewards. Free. So do it. All right. We got buns to try 24-hour Alpha, Beta, and Rebellion tourney. I don't know. I'll be honest, guys. I'm not a big tournament player. I'm more of a ranked player. I like tournaments, but I just became so like jaded with them when you were able to bot and battle helper in them that I just haven't gone back. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with my alpha and betas yet. But BBC, Buns and Bags, he's a good guy, man. If you guys want to play in that tournament, I absolutely wholeheartedly say you should give it a try. I think that part of the reason why we're doing this is because one of the big tournament things that they're talking about here, when we go back to Discord under DAO discussion, is they're talking about restructuring the tournaments and in what way they're going to restructure it. And some of these suggestions have been to have things like, over here. Some of the suggestions have been to have all tournaments include Rebellion. So you had an Alpha Beta Rebellion. You'd have Wild plus Rebellion. You'd have, I guess that would be it. And then you'd have Standard with Rebellion, right? But I think that's that's one of the proposals that's happening right now to give more value to Rebellion by being able to play it in all of the different leagues. All right, let's go over here. Let's do another quick opening of packs because I want to see what I get. Oh, you know what? Oh man, it's getting already so late. I can't believe it. I just talked so long about that proposal, I guess, right? Let's do this. We'll just open these 6 here. And we'll see if we get anything good. And then I'll move on from opening Rebellion packs because we still got other things that we want to do. I know I still want to play a few. Yes, the Squat Goblin. I know I still want to play a few rounds of Celebrity Deathmatch today. Yes, it's a legendary. So, and I don't want to be up until midnight. But at the same time, if I have to be up till midnight, I'll be up till midnight. You know? All right, so we got one legendary out of 6. We've been crushing it with the legendaries. I don't want to open that yet. I've already got Wailing Banshees I'm trying to buy. They're so good. Rosa. Ooh, 2 of them. Okay. Soothsayer. Boss. Man, look at all these summoners and stuff. This set is awesome. All right, so there's the legend. Here's the mythic. Paulus. All right. Here we go. GFL! Come on, baby! No! Barakashur, no! This guy is the, what is he? He's the, Runemaster Atuat of the set. He's the one that you always hope, no! Anything but Barakashur! Ah! They can't all be good ones. You like that card with Delwyn? You snagged 2 legs out of 5 packs today? Oh, it's awesome. You like him with Delwyn? Are you talking about Barakashur with Delwyn? I don't think anyone likes. I guess he's fine. Right? I mean, if you know you're going to be going against the... No, he's not even good against the slip spawn. I was like, maybe against the slip spawn he's good, but he's just not. And his speed isn't that great. For someone that costs 13 mana, I think that this guy is probably the worst in the set. He's one of the worst cards in the set. I don't think I will ever play him. I don't even know if I'd bother to complete him. You know, he just seems that bad. Yeah, I'm not a big Barakashur fan. You bought one pack and you only got one common. Nice. Hey, Kira. Yesterday. Well, that's awesome. You know what? Let's do it again. Let's do 5. Let's do 5 more. Let's do 5 more. I mean, you got a legendary in there. You got to keep going. I'm on a lucky streak, right? And I do like to open them, kind of multiples of them like this. I find it's more fun for me when I get them flipped down. Ooh, this might not be a good fiver though. Okay, all right. There's 1 rare, 2 rare, 3 rare, 4 rare, 5 rare. It's an Avena. 6 rares. Prophet Rosa. That wasn't the best 5 packs. It would have probably been better off not opening those. You know what? I can't help it. I can't help it. Let's do another 5. I mean, I bought them to open them, right? I'll throw them in some battle wagons and stuff as well, but it is what it is. Sometimes opening the cards, like, not some... Yes, buddy! Opening cards is fun. Ooh, Miraput. I'm going to put that guy on the market. So, my strategy right now to get the cards that I actually need to play with is I'm basically selling all my gold foil cards except for my gold foil epics and legendaries. Because those guys are just worth too much for me to put in a battle wagon. When I look at the amount of DEC that I get for them versus the amount of CP that they're going to provide in those battle wagons, the cost of the card is not equal to the number of packs that I'd be able to buy to get the same amount of CP. So if I'm just planning on going ahead and putting some of those into battle wagons, it would be at a CP loss to me to just put the packs in instead of putting the gold foil mythics and legendaries in, right? Sniper. Ooh, double hunter. Flame Mephit. Another Wailing Wraith. Another demon. Here we go, boys. One more chance. A GFL. Come on. Yes, Rush Townsend. I like this guy. I've got one of him in foil. His abilities here, the fact that he's got it's opportunity along with ambush, and he's got a high speed is so good. Sometimes if you just pump speed, you'll have this guy doing opportunity attacks twice on the weakest guy before he can even do anything. And since he's in red, you can give him Pierce because you're going to be using Yasik, right? You're going to be using Yasik with Rush, getting your attack first off with probably a speed 8 or something, right? Because odds are that you're going to be using Countess Sinash. Now he's up to 5. You're going to be using, what's his name? Supply Runner. Now he's up to 6. Then you get the +2 from Yasik. Now he's 8 speed. So you're ambushing for 5 because he gets 5 attack, right? You're ambushing for 5. And then on top of that, you're getting your next attack both on the weakest guys. You could potentially kill like a decent card just with his ambush plus getting some more Pierce. So I'm happy to get that guy. I like that guy a lot. Am I going to combine them? How many battle wagons am I going to get? I don't know yet. It all depends on how many cards I've combined, because I don't intend to get every Rift Watcher card right now. That's the thing. My intentions are more to get the Rift Watcher cards that I'm going to play with the most. And I wanted to kind of go over that, but I think I might save that for next week after I've gotten more playtesting with the cards and done a little bit more buying, so I'd be able to give you guys a more accurate reflection of how the cards that are working for me. But it's hard for me to play with the cards right now because since I play in Diamond, unless I've got the cards at the minimum RP level, I don't want to play a card that's so under leveled that I lose 50% of my RP because I'm trying to test it out, you know? So I'm going to do a little bit more testing before I get to that part. Plus, we talked so long about other things, right? But what I do also want to do here, let's close this up. Let's go and let's do... Oh, here's something funny I thought, okay? You guys might not be able to see this, but I swear I couldn't get a win streak for the life of me. Starting at the bottom, look. Win, win. Give me that win streak. Loss. Win, win. Give me the 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 win streak. Loss. Very disheartening. Sure, it's a 66% win, but you really want that win streak in order to truly capitalize, right? On both the RP and on the rating. All right, so let's do a few rounds here of everyone's favorite game, Celebrity Deathmatch. Okay. Now, for those of you who don't know how to play, here's how it works. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead here, and you guys write in. Let me do a few stars. Okay. Pop, pop, pop. All right. So here's how it works. All right. I'm gonna show you the name of one of our Splinterlands celebrities. Okay. And you have to tell me who you think won the battle. All right. If you guess right, then you're gonna have to go into duck race, and the winner of the duck race gets a prize. If you get wrong, then we'll probably do like 3 of these celebrity death matches or something like that. Okay. But this is one of my new favorite games that I like to do on stream with you guys, because you got to guess. Ooh, based on facing this celebrity, is this a win or is this a loss for your guy, the Psy? Okay. So our first battle, we know that Azarkon doesn't play, but he's obviously got only the best for Azarkon as far as his scholars go, right? So here's a celebrity death match against Azarkon. All right. So what you have to do now, your job is to write in chat, who do you think won? Do you think it's Azarkon or is it Silence? Then I'll play the battle, and if you guessed correct, then you're going to go into the duck race. Okay? So there have been times when I've done some and I've won every one of them. There have been times when I've done some and I've lost them all, especially to Clayboyne, man. Clayboyne is my arch nemesis right now. I just cannot seem to beat him. So yeah, let's see how things work out. Okay? So just get your little guess in there. Let me know if you think it's Silence or Azarkon for round 1 of Celebrity Deathmatch. And again, those who get it right will go in. And you know what we'll do? We'll do names, edit list. Let's add the Ducky Doubler. So if the Ducky Doubler comes up, I re-roll without it, and you get double the prizes as well. And we did have someone win the Ducky Doubler last week. So, good times, good times. I'm going to give you guys another, like, 10 seconds or so, then I'm going to put a bunch more stars. Ime! All right, 3, 2, 1. Don't worry, everyone else can play next time. So those of you who got in here are in. Let's play Celebrity Deathmatch, round 1 against Azarkon. Good luck, everybody. Turn up a little volume for this one. All right. Do you guys notice it's slower now? That might be a little loud. So I love my speed decks. And you can see I didn't even use any melee in this battle, but I mean he's got some good guys here. Uh-oh. Oh, that's me! I'm on top! Oh, man! Alright, I totally thought I was on the bottom. And I was like, I love speed decks. I was on top! Oh, man! Alright, this is looking good. This is looking good. I mean, I'll always pretty much try and default to Jared Scar when it's attack from anywhere. If I feel like I can pull off a good Jared Scar match, I'll just do it. Alright, cool. I messed up. I thought that I was the bottom for a second. I don't know why. All these cards are gold. Ooh, so, alright. So, looks like that one went to Silence against Azarkon on the first round of Celebrity Deathmatch. Plus 36. Loving it. Alright. So, congrats. Yes, you won the Tusk. Email was you. Yep. Alright. So, let's get this one in here then. I'll enter you guys in. Let's see who chose Psy. So we got DaFizz. Thanks again for being a subscriber to Fizz. I really appreciate my man. Walk the grid. You bought me a coffee, sir. I definitely appreciate it. ADNZY. ADNZY. And Arnie. Arnie boy. CS Cable went with Azarcon. Maximum. MXM. Maximum Unite. You're in. And then we've got Ank. And we've got Ank 12. ANKH. Ank 12. We've got Too High. I'm 3 weeks no marijuana, by the way. 3 weeks. There we go. That's everyone. All right, we'll hit done. And what did we decide the good amount of time? Was it 24 seconds is what we said was the happy median? Because I was going too fast. I don't want it to be too slow. I think 24 is what we decided was a happy median. So here's the Ducky Doubler down here. He's the perps. Good luck, everybody. Let's get some quacking. Release the quacking. Three weeks. Oh. And Arnie boy. Congrats, Arnie. All right, let's find you a prize. Like I say, I like to do things. You know what? Maybe we'll do some of these guys here instead. You know what? How about I give out, I don't even have enough Goblano soldiers, but I'm going to give out a Goblano soldier. I don't even have enough for myself, but let's mix it up a little. We're playing Rebellion, right? We're playing Rebellion. So hook me up with your IGN, Arnie boy. Oh, you already did. You know the routine. You know the routine. Congrats, Arnie. Have a delicious Goblano soldier. That's such a good card. That's just one, right? Yep, it's one. There you go. Congrats, Arnie. Goblano. He's worth more than the mythics that I've been sending out lately as well. But you know what? We'll mix it up. Let's use the next one that we'll give out. I want to give out a Squat Goblin. I love the Squatty. Squat Goblin's the one coming up next. This card, I'm telling you right now, this card for me is probably going to replace Zenith Monk when I have him leveled up, whenever it's a Little League match. I love Squat Goblin. All right. So the next match we're going to do is against our buddy Bronco. All right, Bronco. So who do you think's got this one? The match this time, let me enter a few little things there. What am I doing? Why do we even have that on? Close that. All right. Where are we? New tab. Okay. So this one's against Bronco. All right. So Kira. We got Ime who says Sigh. Give yourself a little bit of time here. So let us know who you think it is. Oh, you guys are all voting for Bronco. What is Bronco? Is Bronco some kind of, is he the beast? Beast Bronco? All right, we can close that one up. You know what? I'll close this tab and we'll put it in here. It looks way better. All right, at least there's some confidence here. There's some confidence. So Ime, Ank, and Adenzi. The Fizz always goes for Psy. Appreciate the vote of confidence. All right, we'll give you guys another few seconds. And 3, 2, 1. All right. Oh, Walk the Grid. You're in Walk the Grid. Let me just do a few more of those. Okay, Walk the Grid. You're still in. Okay, let's do it. Let's see who's got it in here. Good luck, everybody. Ooh, it's a mirror match. Uh-oh. So that makes my lurker useless because of this mirror. Wow. There we go. I think this one all comes down to how lucky did you get with your scatter shot, I guess, right? Yikes. And this guy's got reflection shield too for my lurker. That's not good. Uh-oh. I still don't know who wins. Ooh! Lucky. Super lucky. Uh-oh. Oh, I got the stun. All right. Whoa! I can't remember these guys. I have no advantage over anything. Stun them! Yeah! Ooh. So it all comes down to basically... Oh, yeah, I got you, buddy. Man, the Bronc. Uh-oh. Oh, the cleanse! I forgot the cleanse on the stun. Wow, all right. There we go, guys. So that time, it was Psy again. Jesus, it's just a Psy slaughter? Is that what's happening here? You guys did see that I was the Rebellion champion during that stream, right? That was a good one. I think that whenever you're doing Yasik on Yasik, though, it's always like a lot of it's always a matter of luck. Did you take out their Countess Sinash or their Dr. Blight or whatever like that, or didn't you? You know, it's like, who's the one who got the lucky hit that kills the key role player before the other person? So that one's always pretty random, but good match, Bronco. I know Bronco sometimes is in here with us. Don't think he's here this time, but okay. So we got what's happening here? There we go. So we got Ime. Let's do it again. Edit list. We'll leave the ducky duck. EHMAY. We got Ime. We got Ank, ANK12. Ime. We got Ank. We got Adenzi, ADNZY. Got Adenzi. And the Fizz and Walk the Grid. The Fizz and Walk the Grid. All right, guys, let's do 24. We got the Ducky Doubler in there, of course. Set it up. Good luck, everybody. I want to hear some quacking, so I'm going to turn it up. Lots of vanilla ducks in here, plus bat duck. Someone's making their move. Someone's making their move. Looks like it's a Denzi. A Denzi. Congrats, Adenzi. Hook me up with your IGN, and we got a squat goblin coming your way. And again, look at this guy's stats on max. 6 armor, 9 health. It's all about that shield, though, guys. Look at that shield. This guy just takes damage from melee and ranged all day. Adenzi, hook me up with that IGN. Legend 19. Sweet. Congrats, my man. Send card. I need my own squatties. You have to put some bids in for him. I think I want him up to... Let's see where I'll get him. Or where I think he's value. 6'9". Oh, you got to get him all the way up to max. You got to get him to 400. You need that second attack. I guess I could live with 300. But you really want him 400. You really want him 400. All right. We'll do another one here. Hey, no problem, buddy. Okay, let's do another one. Who do I still have left that we can do? There's Bronco. All right, Mango Mayhem. All right, guys. He's obviously I think he's one of the best Filipino players, if I'm not mistaken. Mango Mayhem is the next battle. All right, guys. So let's get the Mayhem of the Mango. I mean, I'm no slouch. And this is also Kira, we got you in there. And this is pre, a lot of these matches are pre-Rebellion. Okay, because I haven't faced any name brand players. Oh, I think I did face one. We'll do one more. We'll do one more after this. I think I faced Bulldog, and I think that one is post-Rebellion. Okay, but most of these were from pre-Rebellion. I just haven't been matched up with name brands. That's what I call these guys, right? Okay. So Rebel now. Okay. So I'll give you guys a few more seconds here. Three, 2, 1. Enter the cutoff. All right. Let's make it happen. Mango Mayhem's another one of my arch nemesis. I can never get a win in on him. Oh, great. Oh, don't worry, it'll turn up all you're in. You're in Eternal Paw. You're in. Humble. Ooh, I used my favorite lineup, though. Oh, man, look at this. I'll be glad when this is gone, eh? Yikes. Oh, dude. Yep. Oh, man. Almo Cambio. Oh, my gosh. Oh, buddy. Well, there we go, guys. Hopefully this is one of the last times that you'll ever have to bear witness. Oh. Oh. Nah. For a minute there, I got to look high. I was like, maybe I have a chance, but nah, it's... Yeah, even the stun on that, it's... She's done, son! And the misses. Stun. Alright. Yep, yep, yep. Okay. Well, we see the direction that this is headed here. But hopefully, this is the last Kitty Elmo match you're ever going to have seen. Because there's no more Kitty Elmo. Now the new thing. Turn this one down. Good game, Mango Mayhem. The new thing now is going to be, in my opinion, is going to be Kitty Impossibilius. Right? You do Kitty with is going to be Panda Impossibilius. Right? Because now you can put you put someone who's got a Martyr in front of Impossibilius. Then the Martyr dies. You've got Impossibilius now, who's triaging a Iziar that's like maybe behind him or something like that. And you can't afflict or really kill the Impossibilius or anything like that. And now you're just like, Impossibilius does his thing. Iziar is pretty much invincible. When Iziar dies, Impossibilius gets even bigger. I got a feeling that's going to be part of the new meta. But there you go, guys. You got to see a Kitty Elmo one more time before we got him kicked out there. So let's go and let's find you guys. Lily is the best now. Can't be ambushed. You can't ambush with Lily? Ooh, that actually makes sense. That makes sense. All right, so here we go. So Sai. Okay, so Sai could not pull that one off. Let's go and let's enter it into here. Close it up. And edit the list. We'll keep the Ducky Doubler going. And we got one more after this that we're going to do with these guys here. So we got Wang. We got CS Cable. Yeah, Mango's a tough competitor, man. We got Too High. Oh, what happened there? I said Too High. We got ADNZJY. ADNZ. We got Addens. We got J Daniel. And we got Eternal Paw went for Sai. All right, here we go, guys. Let's set it up. Good luck, everybody. I want volume. I should get like a mixer or something like that. That'll be easier for me to control the volume up here than having to lean over and hit my speaker every time. Oh, is that Super Duck or is it J Daniel? Everyone's making a break. Look at the Ducky Doubler! No way! Is it the Ducky Doubler? It's the Ducky Doubler! Oh, someone's getting something good. All right. I love it. I love it. Okay. Let's race again. All right, let's clear it. Hold on. I have to clear it for a second. Let's go over here. Edit list. Take out the Ducky Doubler. He just won it. It's Ducky doubled. So whatever it is, it's going to be 2 of whatever the prize is here. Go hit done. Let's set it up again. Ducky Doubler! Good luck, everybody! Ducky Doubler! Man, I love hitting the Ducky Doubler. Get your quack on. Oh, Jay Danny, you almost had it last time. It looks like you wanted your revenge. Jay Daniel, congrats, buddy. Jay Daniel taking that win. Let's see what we got for you. So we gave out one of those. We're into this world. How about a... See, I don't see prices here or anything, so I'm not going based on price or anything weird. How about... Everyone loves a lurking puffer. All right, I mean, that card's gonna be beast mode. Blackmore Trickster, though. Close range. All right, let's do the Blackmore Trickster. Let's do the Blackmore Trickster. Oh, he's a 10 center. Oh, well. We'll do Blackmore Trickster. I think he's going to be useful. He's got close ranged. 2, 4, 8 for only 3? Oh, bud, you pump this guy up. And he gets net. This guy's a good front ranker for ranged only on a low mana set. So I can see him being useful for sure. All right, cards. Let's hand them out. And give me that IGN. And we'll send it off to you. Hey, no worries, buddy. Elsa Duck, let's go. Let it snow. Let it snow. Here we go. Sending them out. Congratulations. I gotta get that guy up too. Like, there's so many of these cards that I need to level, and I've only got so much money, you know? So it's hard for me to try and prioritize. I think that my priority for a close ranged guy is actually going to be this guy over here. I'll show you someone who I really like. Neutral, and he's an epic. This Great Porcupine. I think I really like the Great Porcupine. He's got 3 attack for 3, and he's got the close ranged and thorns. So I think that I like the Great Porcupine. If I played him with like Lux Vega or something to even give him like 1 armor, I think he'd be really stellar. I think this is one of the guys I'm going to focus on. What's he costing right now? $160. Of course, he has to be one of the expensive ones. I think I might focus on Great Porcupine for that kind of a match, so I can just have a really good like ranged attacker that only costs 3, so I can use him in Little League as well. And in the end, if he does get pushed up to the front, he's not going to get thorned out by someone, but he himself has the thorns. So I kind of like him. I think it's a flavorful card too, because it's like he's shooting the thorns out at people, which is what gives him his ranged attack. And if you get too close, you get quilled. It's a goodie. All right, we're going to do one more Celebrity Death Match. Let's see what we got here. Rebellion. Let's take these away. Where did we get on to? So we did some of these. We did a Squad Goblin. We did a Blackmore Trickster. We're going to give out on this one. Let's give out a Mariput Magician. All right, let's do it. Let's make it be a Magician. Ooh, 23 center. Okay. It's going to be a Mariput Magician. Don't forget, guys, this is the card that I got to do as an exclusive reveal to everyone on the show. I love this guy, and it's an exclusive reveal made by myself. Some people are like, oh, it's just a common, but man, I love this card. It's such a goodie. This is the one that we're giving out, and it's the finals. It's again. Oh, I've got 2. I don't want to do too many. All right, who do you think? Vote real quick. Is it against Hawks or is it against Bulldog? I think we're gonna do Bulldog because I think that this is a Rebellion battle, and I think that the Hawks 21 is not. So let's do Bulldog because I think that Hawks one. Did I do it on Monday? Yeah. So Monday was against Hawks. That's not Rebellion, and this one was earlier today. I think I might remember the outcome. But either way, it's against Bulldog. So let me do my little star things here. Okay. All right. One of the best and cutest. Go ahead. Keep going, guys. So we'll do this one as our last celebrity death match that we do today. He's a tough competitor. And Bulldog was just crushing it basically in the test server as well. So he's gotten some experience. It's crazy. I've been streaming for like over 2 hours at this point, and the tea that I made myself is still so hot, it's burning my mouth. I love these vacuum things, but at the same time, I wish that it was colder, if that makes sense. All right. We'll give it another 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Boop. All right. Let's get it going, guys. Good luck, everybody. I want to put it over here. Against Bulldog in the new world. Ooh. Turn it down just a little. Oh, this looks like a weak team. Oh! Sorry, guys. Alright, good luck, everyone. I am obsessed with Musa Celine, by the way. I'm like obsessed with Musa Celine. Oh, that stun was so... Oh, my Musa Celine. Oh, man. Alfredo, why? Oh, and you gave Alfredo +2 to the attack. Oh, what a play. Yikes. Ooh. All I need to do is take out Alfredo. It's random shots here. If I deal with Alfredo, I feel like I can stun lock the back Jira into winning. Uh-oh. 5 attack now. 6 attack now. I got the stun on Alfredo. Come on. I have to hit him. Give me one random attack on Alfredo. What the? Or am I just going to take out his whale somehow? Uh-oh, a miss. I took out the whale? Okay, I didn't remember this in the end, but that was unexpected. The double stun on the whale. Nice. All right. Well, there you go, guys. Looks like I got the win on Bulldog too. It's been a good day. I guess that's why I'm here on the cusp of champ. All right. So let's get that one in there. Okay. So fave card, one of the best. All right. So let's see who voted for Psy. We'll pop you guys into Duck Race, and of course, just because we hit him once doesn't mean we can't hit him again. All right. So we got Kira. We got Ime. We got CS Cable. We got, who do we got? Jay Daniel. We got Too High. We got ADN. And we got the Fizz with his vote of confidence. Wow, you guys didn't have a lot of confidence in Bulldog, I guess, eh? We got Arnie. I'm gonna have to tell him that. We got Arnie, and we've got Eternal Paw. Okay. Done. Set it up. Good luck, everybody. This is for the cute little meerkat. Here we go. Everyone's still neck and neck. There's no duck who's showing any oomph right now. Everyone's waiting till the last minute. Oh, here we go. They're breaking away. And CS Cable. Congrats, CS Cable. Gets himself a mouse. All right. Look me up, Cable. Give me your IGN. We'll send you the mouse right now. Old meerkat. I think CS Cable is CS Cable, right? CS Cable is CS Cable? Yep. I remember you from back in the old Splinterlands TV days. Good times, good times. Man, I really hope that they do that again. I really hope that they do that again. I loved Splinterlands TV. It was a lot of fun. That's where I met a lot of you guys. Good work, CS Cable. All right. So let's see what we got here to do. Okay, so we didn't get to do some of this. Let me just take a quick moment here and look down. So I got this big list, and there's no way we're getting through it all. I talked way too much about that proposal. So we did the proposal. We didn't do challenges, but we're not going to. We did Celebrity Deathmatch. We did collect the land. Oh, I know what I didn't do yet. I didn't collect this. Okay, so I always wait. Here's what a week's worth of SPS has looked like for me with staking rewards and everything. So we're looking at about 600. We're looking at about 700. Let's claim that. Don't want to forget. Collect SPS rewards. We're not going to get to talk about battle wagons. I guess we'll talk about battle wagons after I already enter it. Open magic card pack. Ooh, we almost forgot about that. We almost forgot about our magic card pack opening that we do. Let's find that one and let's do it, guys. All right, so let's see if I should have bought Rebellion packs Instead, I should have. Instead of this Lord of the Rings Collector's Edition booster that cost me $46 Canadian. Let's check it out. So how many weeks in a row have I busted on this? I swear, I don't think I've ever pulled anything good on stream except for one time from one of these packs. Even last week, I got one of those cool shiny or something like that mythic cards, like a special foil mythic, and it ended up being worth like $6 or something like that, right? So here we go. Lord of the Rings Collector's Boosters Pack. I need a One Ring, I need an Orcish Bowmaster, and I need a Noble Halfling, or whatever his name is. Those are the 3 cards that I need. I could have obviously bought those cards as singles at this point in time for way less than I spent on packs, but let's go and let's see how it worked out. And if I would have been better off buying Rebellion, because now Rebellion's got good EV, and the cards, I actually need them, in contrast to just buying, like, you know, Chaos Legion. There was nothing to buy previously in Splinterlands, but now there is, right? Okay, here we go. So here's the cards. All right, so we got chump card. No one cares about the chumps. Okay, let's get the chumpos out of here. Chumps, chumps, chumps. Just throw them on the ground pretty much. No one cares about them at all. All right. Here we go. Okay, so here's where things get good. So we got the land. All right. And boom. Okay, just some uncommon. No one cares about. Oh, it's a rare, but still. It's not foil. It's not a mythic. No one cares. All right, the Battle of Bywater. We got that one last time, if I'm not mistaken. It's a baddie. And ha! Call forth the Tempest. We got this one last time, too. Goldberry River Daughter. Is this a mythic? It's not. It's a cool foiling, but it's just a rare, so it's obviously worthless as well. I think we have, what, one more chance at something good? Oh, no, it's Samwise Gamgee again. We already had him. We've seen him on stream. And finally, the Soul's Attendant is a numbered card. Is there anything special about this whatsoever? There's not. And that's the end. Literally a $0 pack. Guys, this was a $0 pack this week. $0 pack. Nothing redeemable about it whatsoever. That's $46 Canadian evaporated in a puff of smoke. In a puff of smoke. Yikes. Yikes. All right. Maybe what I should start doing in the future is just buying a nice card and being like, look at this good card that I bought, guys. I'll put this into an actual deck or something like that. But at the same time, there's always that, like, thrill of opening a pack, right? But man, that was 46 bone, buddy. That's like evaporated. So over the past like 2 weeks, that's like $92. And I could have gotten back, if someone even wanted that card, like 6 of it. Brutal. Brutal. All right, let's get back to the main gaming screen here. Show us a photo of nice steak dinner you had instead. Yeah, buddy. Like, I'm still a Magic. I'm not even a Magic player, but I'm still a Magic collector. I don't know. Wizards of the Coast, I don't really like them as a company either. Like, I don't really like even supporting Wizards of the Coast, but I like supporting my local gaming store. So I like to buy stuff from them. I'll be honest. It's more about supporting my LGS than it is about supporting Wizards of the Coast or even the cards themselves, because I don't like Wizards of the Coast. Okay, so what we're going to do here then is we got one last thing that we're going to do today. I forgot to do it last week, but I always like to do a Splinterlands story that I will narrate to you guys using OpenAI to tell it. So what I need from you guys, the first 2 people to give me 2 cards, we're going to enter those cards into ChatGPT. I've already got kind of like the outline, and we're going to do a battle. We're going to see who ChatGPT, based on looking at the Splinterlands NFT game, is going to decide will be the ultimate victor. So what I need for you guys, we got Captain Katie. Okay, that's going to be one of them. And Quora. Okay. What's Quora's last name? We just have to look her up just to make sure I get it right. So we'll do Captain Katie against Quora here. That seems like it's going to be a good one. And we'll see who they've decided is the winner. So Quora Tower Shield. There we go. So between Quora Tower Shield, Quora Tower Shield. Capitalize it so they know that this is the person I'm talking about. And I think that if I put it in brackets, it makes it do it. And Captain Katie. It's with a K, right? Or is it with a C? Let's find out. But I don't want to make a mistake and do the wrong one here. So, and she's just a rare, if I'm not mistaken. It's with a K, Captain Katie. All right, good. All right. So here we go. Let's see who ChatGPT has decides wins between Quora and Captain Katie. I'm going to capitalize Splinterlands 2. And I'm going to capitalize NFT so that they know that it's NFT. All right. Enter. Here we go. Okay. In the mystical realm of Splinterlands, Quora Tower Shield, a formidable warrior with an impenetrable tower shield, faced off against the notorious Captain Katie, a cunning pirate armed with a deadly cutlass. The battlefield was set on the outskirts of the enchanted forest, where the air crackled with magical energy. Quora Tower Shield, known for her resilience, relied on her enchanted tower shield that could deflect even the most potent spells. On the other hand, Captain Katie possesses a mysterious amulet that granted her the ability to summon ghostly apparitions to confuse her adversaries. The battle raged on as Quora and Captain Katie exchanged blows and unleashed powerful spells. Quora's tower shield withstood Captain Katie's relentless attacks, but the pirate's ghostly apparitions kept her on her toes. In a surprising twist, Quora activated her secret ability, the Reflective Ward, which bounced one of Captain Katie's potent spells back at her. Caught off guard, Captain Katie found herself momentarily incapacitated, allowing Quora to seize the upper hand. With a triumphant grin, Quora Tower Shield delivered the final blow, disarming Captain Katie and securing her victory. As the defeated pirate lay on the enchanted battlefield, Quora couldn't resist a taunting quip. "Looks like your ghostly tricks couldn't save you this time, Captain. Maybe you should consider a career change. Pirating doesn't seem to be your strong suit." The defeated Captain Katie could only scowl in response, acknowledging Quora's skill and wit, even in the face of defeat. Ooh, that was a good one. So even ChatGPT knows the power of Quora. All right. Well, that was a good one. I don't like forgetting to do that one every week, so I'm glad that we were able to... Oh, did it not show it? Did I not have it on? Yeah, I did have it up on ChatGPT, right? All right, cool. So there you go, guys. I think that we're going to end it there for today. It's been a nice 2.5 hour stream. Love all you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Again, it is I, the Psy. I like to stream every Thursday around from 9 to 11 for the most part. If you guys like what you see, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, or do what you got to do. Tell your friends, tell your family, and do what you got to do. But I truly love having you guys in here. It's been an interesting conversation that we've had today. Again, if you guys like that proposition about the league locks, make sure that you get in there and you put a little check mark on it. We can figure out the semantics later on, but I want to have that move into a full discussion so we can actually try and like implement some changes. So, oh man, I'm still dying a little bit in the inside. So again, it's truly been a pleasure having you guys on here with me. Appreciate your participation. Appreciate you guys coming back every week. And until next time, this is I, the Psy, signing off. Have yourself a great night, everyone. I'll see you all next week. Take care, my friends.